We are back with another reading update.
We're
Miriam is here.
fired up. We are
That's
fired
right.
up.
Right before we went on, I was like, you know what? Let's save this. Let's do it on air. Let's do it live. James is here.
Hi, James.
I feel this book haul will involve some cat books. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. On my end.
I might even have a cat book to
Stop it, Mary.
talk about.
Wow. Love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So excited.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're riled up. Do we want to start with the negative? Do you want to just go there?
I want to go because it is so fresh in my
Yeah.
blood, my
That
boiling
wound.
blood.
That wound is fresh. Let me quickly say hi to William Lee.
Hi, William.
Happy New Year. Hello, Chris. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Happy New Year, everybody.
I did text Stephanie, who everyone may know from the chat now, so she may show up. Love that. Anyway.
Awesome.
But you're riled up. Tell us all why.
Okay. Right before we went live, we were discussing a certain book website that we sometimes in life you just can't learn your lesson. You just keep making the same mistakes over and over, right? There's Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie's here. Thanks for being here, Stephanie. Yo, just a yo. She's like, y'all know me. Yo. James knows you. You made it. We were all talking about you.
Yeah. Stephanie's here. We can start.
Now we can start. Now you can go on.
Okay. So, and we're just going to name the website.
Oh, of course.
It's Book Outlet.
We're not sponsored.
Okay? No, not sponsored.
Never.
This is not in our character typically to do this. We're not Karens. We are not Karens by nature.
No, Hayden knows.
Hey, Hayden.
We're not Karens.
But today, I am like Karen's sister. I'm Schmarin.
You're Schmarin. Got it.
All right. I'm going to show you the box first. Of course, keep in mind, I got a little angry. Because when I picked up the box, I'm like, there's no way all of the books that I ordered are in there because it was so light. And like, there was like, I ordered like this biography on Ronald Reagan for Kim, and it was like close to 1,000 pages. I ordered like a book set of like classics. So those alone were probably like 10 pounds, right?
Sure.
So I pick up the box so easily. I'm like, this can't be good. Then I look on the one side. This thing is all jacked up and taped. You guys see the tape, right?
It's garbage.
Look at it. Look at it. Okay. And I mean, I destroyed the box, like destroyed it. This is garbage. Okay. Their boxes are garbage.
Trash.
Like dumpster fire, garbage trash, right?
Which is funny because they used to have other boxes that we always thought were trash, and we would get the boxes in the mail and there'd be holes in them all the time.
Yeah.
And then they made a big deal about these new boxes. And they're like, hey, there's such good boxes. And it's like, oh, great, you improved your boxes. No, they didn't. There's like a perforated like top, which should be wonderful and a joy to use. That's as far as it goes. And from then on, it's just a nightmare trying to get your finger in the stupid perforation to like get the darn box open.
Yeah.
So stupid.
And then like the She-Hulk in us comes out, right? And that's when I knew I was missing books. So put it this way. I ordered 9 books, right? 9 books. Yeah. I received 4.
I don't know if y'all are mathing at home, but that's like 5 books she didn't get.
5 books. Actually,
that's ridiculous.
More than 5 because there's a box set in there.
Oh my gosh.
And I know this isn't a real problem, but guess what? They are dead to me. I will never, I am so patient, but I can also be very stubborn. I will never, ever purchase from them again. But I do want my 5 books that I ordered.
Yeah.
And that ought to be fun when they send those. But how funny, you're right. What company like highlights, promotes, talks about on social media, hey, we bought boxes that don't suck.
Oh my gosh.
How is that a selling point?
They're even worse.
They're worse.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a selling point. Also, never packaging and like never padding of any kind. I'm like, what are you, Amazon? You're not. Like, I don't understand. You are actually a book company.
Yeah.
And yet, every time, I swore them off for a long time. And then I got a box from them recently. It came with a hole in it. Couldn't get the box open.
Sure.
Yeah, box fell apart as I got it open, as they do. New box is so good. But my books were all right. I'll say all right. because you can't order from them and expect them to be amazing. They never are.
And actually, I think on the box, hold on. If I can calm down and stop throwing this thing. I think it actually says somewhere, like, it talks about the box.
Yeah, like, look at these cool boxes. They're so good.
Oh, it says, warning, may contain, I think it says awesome books.
Oh.
It doesn't
only
contain,
4 of them.
Yeah, not all the books you ordered.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, here we go.
Yeah, the box does not look good. The box is offensive. Yes.
Exactly.
5 is not 9 confirmed. Thank you, William, for that. My math puts it at least 2 missing books. You're right, even more. Wait, what company is it? It's Book Outlet. We're saying it. It's Book Outlet.
Outlet.
More like
.com.
You know what's funny? I think it was like a month or 2 ago, they started having omnibus on Book Outlet.
Oh my God.
Girl. And, I remember us looking at it, we were like, 1, these discounts aren't even that good. And 2, no way would we trust them to put an Omni in these kind of boxes that can't even, safely get our, paperbacks to us.
Yeah.
What?
Imagine, like, listen, I was just in Atlantic City to see my favorite band, Duran Duran. I did some gambling. It's like gambling with books, except when you go gambling at a casino, you can win some money. They don't just take half. They don't take half off the bat.
They just smack half out your hand. Yeah.
So angry. And listen, I get it. These aren't real problems, but it's a problem tonight.
That's right. We're in the safe space. Like, I feel like everyone watching understands that this is an issue and it's nonsense. But I think I'm going to say what everyone's thinking.
Say it.
What books did arrive? What did you get that did arrive, and are they okay?
Oddly, they are okay.
Okay.
And I don't think Jessica's here, but she will also be happy with some of these purchases.
Okay. And Hayden's saying, I've heard too many horror stories about Book Out. It's not great. Avoid it. Yeah.
It is not great. And then when you reach out to customer service, most companies are like, how do you make it right? And I'm not saying they don't do that, but Kristen, you've had more issues with them and their 400 questions. It's like,
oh my gosh. I was like, so the one time I got books that were damaged enough where I was like, this is not okay. And I was so mad. I was telling you, one of my books had it was one of these little Archie books, because I've gotten like all of these from Book Outlet because they're like $3. It is a great deal.
Yeah.
These are lists like 10,
Okay.
But like, the cover was just like ripped off. And I'm just like, 1, how does this get in a box? How does this get through the people who work for you?
Right.
And come to me and have like the cover ripped off. Okay, 1. So that was one of them. In the same box, there were other ones that were kind of like really beat up, just like super beat up. And I was like, this is more than just like this is not okay. So I sent them all, I took really detailed pictures. I sent them all, and they I felt like they interrogated me. They went back and forth, and they were like, well, we need a better picture of this. That's just shelfware. And it's like, hi, what are you saying to me? They were like, yeah, the cover one. We'll send you another one of those. And I'm like, actually, I think they didn't even have any left. They were just like, we'll refund you. And I'm like, refund me plus some. Because,
yeah. And what shelf? What goes on these shelves that they're talking about?
Shelf during a hurricane? It's just, what do you mean shelfware?
It's bad.
It's messed up. Totally messed up. Hello, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
We're just ranting right now.
Yeah.
Book Depository, on the other hand, I've had great experiences with, which is surprising for being owned by Amazon. I've ordered from them. It's been a really long time. But I recall when I used to order from Book Depository, everything would just come in a bag. Do they put things in boxes now, Hayden? Because that's the thing that made me be like, okay. Now everything would come all right somehow, right?
Yeah.
But it really was just a flimsy bag. And I remember some books, I got the UK cover because I'm like, they're better. Often they are.
Yeah, they are.
But it's been a while,
Yeah,
so I'm curious.
I remember that too. It's been some time. Although, didn't I felt like I recently accidentally pre-ordered something from them.
You did, and then it was okay. It came all right, I think.
But you know what? It didn't come in an envelope, so maybe they are changing how they do it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Good. All right, so you want to see what did arrive?
Please, please.
I'll start with the pros, and then there's 2 pros to graphic novels. So this one, I believe you read this. Did you read Girl Made of Stars?
I didn't, but I plan
okay.
to read it this year because it's,
Okay.
of course, one of the Ashley Hare and Blake books I have to read.
That's right. So that was one. And then
Awesome.
this one was recommended by Jessica. And I know you have this one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I did recently get this from Book Outlet, and it came okay. So
yeah, oddly, you know, I will be positive these came with, you know, spines aren't busted,
good.
pages are intact, you
Good.
know.
Good. Love that.
So I will. Oh, and only actually, this one doesn't have a remainder mark, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, although I think we're kind of the same with that. It's like some people lose their minds about remainder marks, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm good too.
I never see it.
You know, I prefer the dot though.
Well, I'm the same. Like that whole line, it's like, what are we doing
Yeah,
here? Why'd
yeah,
we
I
get
know.
all crazy? The dot's better.
The dot's better. All right, and I think you read this, and I know Reed's a big fan. Trashed.
Yes.
Durf. So
Durf
again,
is awesome. Yep.
again, this one's great. And
which is awesome because that's one I would expect to not arrive. Okay. You know,
right?
It's heavier.
Yeah. And
you know.
Really, there's not one page bent. So
Love that.
What did arrive is in nice shape. So,
well, hey.
And then we have one more from Durf, back Durf. Kent State.
Awesome. Actually, that is the one because it's chunkier that I would expect to not arrive.
Yeah,
okay.
And this one's pretty heavy too.
Love that.
And actually, both of these Durf books are remainder mark free.
Wow.
So that's cool.
Okay. There's some positives, and you know, I loved Kent State. I like Trash too, but I loved Kent State. You know, did I read Trash? Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, should I check my Goodreads? I'm like, I liked it. I'm like, did I? It's been a bit if I did.
I remember, I think I took Kent State out of the library and I just like never finished it. So when I saw it on there, I think it was, wait, I could tell you because I have the receipt open right here.
It's pretty dense.
Yeah, it's very dense.
You know what? I'm going to read Trash with you because I don't think I read it.
Oh, good. Yeah, the Kent State was only $8.99. So that was like, you know, a steal.
That's definitely a steal.
Yeah. So those are my 4 Book Outlet books that arrived. Where the other 5, you know what? Maybe the other 5 will arrive separately. And like random, like, hey, here's your like banged up book from the post office, like in some random envelope. That happens sometimes too.
You know what? I'm hoping that they send the books out to you. Okay. No questions asked. Don't interrogate you.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put some padding. Maybe they'll even put it in a special box that doesn't have problems. We doubt it. And then your other ones arrive too. How great would that be?
Oh, that would be great.
And then you can just have 2. And then, you know, if you need to send any over to your buddy, I'm just saying. But either way, that'd be a positive, right?
Absolutely. If I get the doubles, I will send you in a proper box.
You all heard it here first.
Yeah, of course.
We know it'll arrive in a good box if you send it, you know. Hayden talk about Book Depository. All my stuff from there has been boxed. I got my US hardcovers of the Simon Snow novels from them. Okay, sweet.
Nice.
Then I'm going to have to stare at some UK covers because as I'm glad you mentioned that UK covers, I find when I look at US versus UK, the UK covers are better looking at least 80% of the time. I agree.
Yeah.
When I actually pay attention to it, I'm like, it is interesting too, the kind of covers that are more prominent over there versus here. It's
yeah, I think they just try harder. I think.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting what sells, I guess. It has to be like a selling thing because I'll notice more like photo realistic covers in the US versus UK is more graphic design and like graphic elements, which I prefer more for my own liking.
My guess in the States is that, you know, it's probably a cost cutting thing that happens here. That's just my guess. I don't really know.
It would make sense. You'd expect trash to arrive trashed. So true.
Making funny, Stephanie.
I took a chance and ordered a deluxe hardcover from Amazon in the last week, and it was not okay. They're sending replacements, so another gamble. Are they making you send it back? Because, well, and you can only do it so many times, right? I'm sure like there's a limit, but I know the last time I forgot about a pre-order, it was that what was it called? The Mickey Mouse Zombie Coffee book. You know that one with the weird slipcase I showed you?
Yeah.
The spine was all beat up, and I was like, I don't like this. And I'm mad because 1, I forgot about the pre-order anyway. 2, it wasn't even a deal, right? 3, they shipped it in like an envelope or something stupid. Or a box with no patty. As they do. You know, classic Amazon. I don't need to tell anybody. They don't know what's going on. But I was like, no. Absolutely not. I was like, I'm not doing this, and I don't want to send it back. So I got in the chat. I was like, hi, returning, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, chatted with someone super nice. Super nice. I'm sure it's a very hard job. I would never want to.
It must be awful.
I feel for them. Super nice. I never even said, hey, I don't want to send it back. They were just like, let me see what I can do for you.
Okay.
Because I was like, hey, this was damaged. Didn't even need to provide a photo.
Okay. That's good.
I know. And he came back like a minute later, and he's like, okay, so I refunded your account, and you could just, you know, keep the book, do whatever you want with it.
Nice.
And I was like, what a great day. So just saying, for the next time, maybe try the chat. Book Depository will also have those UK Rainbow Spine editions of Stephen King. Why did my voice do that? UK Rainbow Spine. Oh my gosh, Hayden, you're gonna make me do things. They look so nice. They really do. We should buy all of those and not read them. It'll be awesome. Yes, sending it back. Okay.
All right.
Narwolf, if they do this to you again, I'm just saying, try the chat next time. And my copy of Seven to Eternity Deluxe came from Amazon Moldy.
Come on.
And they wanted me to send it back. Show them photos, and they still wanted it back. Yeah, that is
shame on them.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That should go right in the garbage. Oh my. Also, how?
How?
I hate it. Ugh. I've ordered from Amazon all the time and never got booked in bad shape. Guess I'm like, you know, I don't know if you live in like a major city or something, but I found if you're closer to like an Amazon warehouse,
there's like
it's way less likely for you to get a damaged book because it doesn't go as far, you know?
Yeah, statistically, it's like your odds are better.
Right. So even if they throw it in a box, no padding,
yeah.
If it's just going like, you know, 20 minutes away, you're probably fine. But they're sending the replacement before receiving the return without charging me. Yeah, they usually do that, which is good.
Wait, do you have to pay for the shipping to send it back?
No, you get a label.
Okay, all right.
What is nice about Amazon too, if you're not like close to a lot of places, they do the Kohl's thing. I know you've done that too, which is super nice.
I love that.
I've ordered a decent amount of omnibus from Amazon and somehow haven't gotten any damaged ones yet, even though they send them in a box with no padding. Man, so 1, that's great. 2, I took that gamble for a Christmas present for my dad, which we're gonna do a Christmas haul soon. He'll want me to plug it. I should. That will be this Saturday. Don't know the time yet. Sometime in the morning. But you could check out which Omni there. But I was so scared. It was like the only place I could get it for like a decent price. It wasn't on any of the websites that we love. It wasn't on IST anymore. It was. So I was like, oh my gosh, am I really gonna like risk it on an Omni for Christmas, and it could arrive damaged and not in time because, you know,
that's true.
It was during the shipping like window, and I was like, you know what? Not only did I do it, I even said, hey, yeah, I'll take that $2 digital so I can get this ebook I've been wanting, and I'll wait extra days. And it somehow worked out. Came fine.
Nice.
I was shocked.
The holiday gods were on your side.
It must have been. Amazon always wants you to send it back. That is just their policy. Well, they didn't make me send my last book back.
You're special.
I don't know. It is weird that they would want a moldy book back. And even for them to pay for you to ship it back, you'd think like if they can't resell the book, if it's so damaged it's moldy, like I don't understand the policy. And again, not always, because it's not the first time either. I got this Rogue trade a few years back. I received one damaged. They threw it in an envelope. I was so angry. Did the same thing. I think that I did the chat, and they were just like, yeah, keep it. We'll send you another one.
Maybe the key is to use the chat.
I think it's the chat, you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because then they sent me another one. Guess what? Still damaged. But I was like, I'm not going to do this again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I ended up just giving that one to my dad. I was like, it's a little damaged, but it's readable, you know? You're in San Diego? Okay. I bet you're close to a warehouse.
Probably.
The shrink wrap was busted and water got into it on the way from USA to Australia. Yeah. It's a real
Oof.
freak net. Oof, I bet. That sucks. Hate that. Jess also says he's never gotten a damaged book from Amazon. Some kind of magic. Well, Jess probably also lives next to a warehouse. That's my guess. I'm just assuming all of you do. I'm like, I don't know how. So this is a great tease for your future video. I'm excited now. Well, great. Thank you, Gloria.
Nice.
That'll be on my dad's channel, by the way. Nice. I'm looking forward to the haul video. I'll only do Amazon if the book isn't in stock anywhere else, or it's on sale for a great price. Can't be free shipping. It's so true. It's hard. I wish I didn't have to use them ever, but there's so many things that like.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like I don't know. I feel like we do a pretty good job of like spreading our book money.
Oh, for sure.
We support our local shops, we support our chains, we, whether it be brick and mortar or online. So, of course, though, I know that you feel the same. We'd love to give all of the money to the local stores, but sometimes it's just, not possible for different reasons.
And sometimes the local stores don't have 50% off, like Barnes & Noble did recently.
Oof.
Which brings us to the haul. I'll get to Nick's comment real quick, but I wonder what was the story to that book Cheesy, hence the mold. Oh, that's funny. Too cheesy. Amazon used to be decent in the UK. Last time I ordered from them was a deluxe OHC. It arrived with a torn cover. Not the dust jacket, which was fine with the actual cover underneath.
Whoa.
That is crazy. Wow.
I almost wonder if that was like a return and somebody tried to like pull something, right? Like,
yeah, because that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Nah.
Well, what also doesn't make sense is this Barnes & Noble sale. Okay. I know they do it every year, apparently. I never know about it until it's too late. But thankfully, it was a 2-day sale. I went the second day. I traveled to find one because I don't have one here. And I think it was worth it. It was clearly, the stuff at mine was clearly picked through.
Mm-hmm.
But I still found some stuff. And I know you went to like 2 of them, right? I think you went both days.
Well, here's what happened, everyone. I went the first day. It was randomly. Was it a Monday and Tuesday? Or Sunday and Monday?
I think it was a Sunday, Monday. It was
yeah, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday.
So I went on Sunday and I bought, actually I don't have those books with me. I just have my graphic novel haul here. That's fine. So I bought a couple books, prose books, and then I came home and I texted you and I was like, oh, it's the 50% sale. Here's what I got, whatever. And you're like, oh, did you check out the graphic novels? And I'm like, Kristen, I didn't even go by the section. You know what it is? Because in the first store I went to, the second store has a pretty large selection, but this store, not that it's messy, but it's just kind of like this one little corner. They're more into manga and, at that first store I went to. I don't know why. I just didn't think of it because I actually did go buy the manga to see if there were any hardcover ones that I could pick up. But those were like, people already hit those aisles big time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why I went back to the second store the next day because it was like in my head. Your voice was in my head.
Graphic novels.
And I'm so glad I did because I found some really great stuff. So.
Well, you have to show us now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
So don't mind my reach because I have these kind of across the table. So this was actually my first manga I ever read. So now that they're releasing them in color, I was curious and I was like, I kind of didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, but at 50% off, I'm like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll buy the first one and see how I feel and then leave it at that. So that is Parasite.
Nice. I still haven't read that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't know how I've already flipped through, obviously. The coloring looks cool. It's just, I'm so not used to, that's not how I read it originally. I sound like your dad, don't I?
Although he'd be like, oh my gosh, it's in color.
Oh, right. The opposite. I'm the reverse of him. But I'm looking forward to this. And I was, of course, what was the listing on this? Yeah, as if I could see without my glasses.
I feel like is it like 20 or something?
Yeah, $20.
Yeah.
So this is $10. Like,
yeah, it's
hardcover, all color.
great deal.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that.
Such a good deal.
Yeah.
William's making a good point. Manga is way more mainstream than American comics. It's so true. Like, you know, you go into any Barnes and Noble, or even just like, I think any mainstream bookstore, those sections are so much big. Books a Million, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
Which is
really
cool. It's cool to see. Yeah.
I love to see that.
Wish we had a Barnes and Noble here. You know, it's only like 2 days a year though. Otherwise, it's all list price. Like, it's just like,
What's the other sale they do? They buy, I know with their paperbacks, they do like I think it's ongoing if you buy one paperback. It's all prose though, and it's select.
Yeah, that's their thing. Like, they have like tables of stuff, and they're like, "This is like buy one get one half off" or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fine.
Yeah, I've done that before, but it's not 50%. So
yeah,
and it doesn't apply to manga and graphic novels. So
right.
Do you want to take turns? Or you want me to go?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
So that's the first place I hit. So I hit the graphic novels. Totally picked through nothing. The few hardcovers they had, I was like, oh, these look terrible. That's why they're still here. So judge those real quick. But then I went to the manga, which, you know, clearly was picked through. I mean, there were just like parts of the shelves gone, I felt like. But I did find two things. So I'll show you this one. This is called Captivated by You. What is it about? I did read the inside flap at the time. I'm not going to read that to you. It's too long. But it sounded really interesting. Sounded kind of drama-y, right? Yen Press puts this out. And I like the art. And, you know, the inside flap got me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get this because what was the list? 18.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, hardcover manga, which is fun to see. I was like, oh, is there any special under this? No, it's just plain black.
Wow.
But
all right.
But manga with the dust jacket, also unique, different.
Absolutely.
You know, it's manageable size. Sounded really interesting. So I don't know if anyone's read this. Let me know how you liked it. But it looks sad.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's kind of like,
yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned the spine. If anybody wanted, I guess it's not exciting.
I mean, it kind of is, right? Because it's going to spell out parasite.
Kristen, this is why I need you. I thought that,
I love that.
Like, how cool! I was expecting, like, how about one of those eyeballs on the spine? That's what I might like.
Yeah, that would be
all
good,
right.
but,
all right.
But, but it's gonna be cool. That it's
you know everything. Kristen's always right. I've heard this before.
I don't have the banner. It's fine. I hadn't been into the library since 2008, maybe. Wow. And I went to my local for the first time the other day. The manga comic section was an entire wall. I was so pleasantly surprised. Okay,
awesome.
that is everyone's PSA watching. If you haven't checked out your library in a long time, check it out because chances are you're going to have way more manga and comics there.
Yeah.
Because as we know, every year it just gets more popular, which is really, really nice to see. Don't kill me. What's prose? Prose like novels.
Yeah, basically books with no pictures. You know, like could be fiction, nonfiction, and don't please, no worries. I actually had one of my friends ask me that recently. She's like, I feel like I should know what's prose. I guess some people just don't say that. So I'm glad you asked. Like,
absolutely, absolutely, no judgment here. Purchase half of Full Metal Alchemist and Drifting Classroom hardcovers from the sale. I love that.
Nice.
I have the Drifting Classrooms, but and I have up to I'm like staring at that shelf up to volume 15 of Full Metal Alchemist. I believe there's a few more after that. That's where my head went immediately. I was like, oh, if I could just get the rest of these, it'll be perfect. Yeah. Everyone else must have thought the same. There were none. They were just gone. So that's a great find for you. Yeah,
you know, some people were there like right when the store opened.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah. Next time I'm gonna have to do that. I'm like, I'm taking up work, like whatever.
All right, my next. Oh, sorry.
Oh, thanks for asking. I just not along, so now I know too. Absolutely.
Awesome. I love that.
I think our heads are so like in the booktube realm too, where like certain words are used all the time that maybe not in an average conversation.
Exactly.
You know, no one would say so.
I remember like when people would talk about, oh, my, my TBR or DNF. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you all
Yeah.
talking about?
What do
So
these words mean?
yeah,
What
so
do these
like
letters mean?
I
Yes,
totally get that.
and we're throwing those out, TBR, to be read. So that's anything on your like to be read list or your piles or whatever you have,
Mhm.
shelves for some people. DNF is did not finish, do not finish. Like if you don't finish a book, you're like, I DNF that. Here's why.
Yeah.
I hated it. You know.
All right, this next one was a Kristen recommendation. I read it digitally through my library, and I'm kind of happy because the next book falls into that category too. And I love that, right? Like I love when I take out something from the library and I love it so much. And then I want to pick up a hard copy from my library so that, at some point, I know we always talk about this, but like it'd be really awesome to have shelves that, of course, it's fun to have stuff you can go pick up when you're in the mood to read something, but to have the books that you really want to go back to and read
Mm-hmm.
and reference the ones that you loved. Like to me, that's like a major goal of mine. So
Someday.
yes, someday. So this is Thirsty Mermaids.
Thirsty Mermaids.
That's right.
Yes. What a
So this
great find.
I was so wait, I think I told you about some of these books. I think I purposely didn't tell you about
Yeah, I was
any.
gonna say I don't remember seeing that, but maybe I just don't remember.
I think I told you about my yeah, all right. I don't want to be annoying. But
Okay.
anyway,
Oh,
this
I love that.
you introduced me to this book. The art is the story is just amazing. And it's funny because I read it digitally and which I often do, which we both do. Um, but I have to say, like, after you read something digitally and you love the book, when you get the physical copy and you can see the art that way, it's just like the coolest. But let me find a page that there can be a little nudity in this from what I remember, right?
A tad, yeah.
Yeah.
Just mermaids not
Mermaid
wearing.
stuff,
Yeah,
they don't have
mermaid
clothes, but,
stuff.
like, the art is, like, just so cool. But, yeah, so Thirsty Mermaids, I don't know if we start reading the inside flaps to everything, we'll be here until
We
11
could.
o'clock at
I
night.
feel like I do want to pitch this one if Stephanie's still around, because
Oh,
you know my head immediately was like, oh my gosh, I feel like Stephanie would love this book.
yeah.
It is a graphic novel, but it's about this. I believe there's three of them, right? Three mermaids who you start out with them under the sea, and they found like a buried treasure like that fell down from an abandoned ship or whatever, and they're drinking down there and they're getting drunk and they're just like, oh, we ran out of all of our booze, like how are we going to get some? Let's go upstairs, like let's just go up to the surface, go to the human like part of the world, right, and get some drinks and come back, right? Well, then they get on land and they kind of have their human bodies within going on land. One of them's like magical more than the others, right? And
I
it's been a
think
bit since I
so.
read it,
Yeah, me too.
but basically thinks they're gonna like have their human bodies, go to a bar, get hammered, and come back. Well, they realize, oh, they're stuck in these forms and they don't know how to get back, right? So then they have to navigate the human world, and there's such like I just remember there's such great panels about like capitalism, and they're like, wait, we have to like pay to like live somewhere, we have to get a job to get currency to get anything, like it's just so funny, it's so well done, and I love the arcs that they go through.
Yeah.
And they meet a great like roommate, and she's wonderful, like such great characters. Oh, I love the whole thing, it's so good.
Yeah, it's just, like you're saying, when they realize that they're like, "Oh, like, we have to buy this stuff," And I think it first starts off with them, like, wanting to drink more, and then,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
just
and they
very
think they could just drink for free and
yeah,
not pay for it. It's
yeah,
just, yeah. Oh,
yes. So,
it's so good.
it's about their friendships and how they have to adapt, and it's just yeah, it's such a great story.
Well, it's such a like for mermaids, they're also just diverse, and like
Yeah,
all going through different things and dealing with humanity in different
yeah,
ways, and what a great way to like look at humanity from a different perspective too.
right, exactly.
So good. It was so good. I just bought Legends and Lattes and Shadow and Bone trilogy. I'm trying to get into regular books. Regular books, I know. I'm going to read more regular books this year too. Legends and Lattes actually got that from the library. Maddie's hyping that up real hard, and it does sound lovely, just like a cozy, like light fantasy. I don't really ever read fantasy that's not in comics, I guess, but I feel like I'm gonna like it. So let me know what you think. 1904.
Yeah, Legends and Lattes is like, I just feel like a lot of people are talking about that book. So it's
so you're like, no.
Well, I was about to, you knew what I was going to say.
I know what you do.
You're going to bring up Schitt's Creek now. I feel it.
You know what, Mary? You need to watch Schitt's Creek.
But with Legends and Lattes, I'm not quite there yet. Like,
although
it's borderline.
I get it though, but everybody calls it cozy, and I know you like a cozy thing.
I love cozy. Yeah.
Just saying. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Stephanie's adding it to her list. So far, your recs have been 10 out of 10. Okay, Stephanie, while you're here, so for Christmas, of course, I sent Stephanie Delilah Green Doesn't Care and Astrid Parker.
Nice.
And I told her, and I also sent her Adulthood is a Myth by Sarah Anderson, so the Sarah Scribbles collection. I thought that's a nice, like, toe into the water of, like, comics.
Nice job.
And they're so relatable, Okay, now she's, you've never seen Schitt's Creek. I know. Mary refuses to watch it. I'm very upset about it still, Stephanie. I think you are too, because we both love it. Just saying, Mary. Mary?
Stephanie, I'm one of those people, like, and I think we all have things that we feel this way about. When, like, something is, well, I don't know if you want to say overhyped or everyone's watching it. I can't help it. I'm like, how could everyone think it's so funny? Like, could it really be that funny?
Maybe you should find out, though, right? Like, here's the thing. Here's the great pitch of Schitt's Creek, which I think I've already said it a few times. There aren't that many seasons. There's like 6. The episodes are short, and there aren't that many per season. So, like, your commitment is low.
It's not about commitment. I mean, I'm in the middle of rewatching Criminal Minds, and there are like 400 seasons of that. I'm good with commitment.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, my point of going on about that was, okay, there's Stephanie answered me before I could ask. I'm saving them for my upcoming flight because I'm so excited to read them, but hate flying. Balance, Stephanie. I love that so much. I hope it helps you through the flight. Okay, so the cover looked cool. That's why I got it.
That's a good cover. I agree. It is a very good cover.
James has a great question. What about Kim's Convenience? Have you watched it?
I have not. I have no feelings on it, but I think you recommended it to me.
I will say, I loved it. I'm so sad there's no real ending.
Oh. Okay.
So if you're okay with that, it is a nice journey. I mean, because most episodes are standalone. It is like a half-hour comedy.
Yeah.
It's great though, and you may have more feelings on it than me, right? I never watched it, so you're not alone. Well, 1904 comics.
Thank you for the support.
Everyone should watch Schitt's Creek.
What I hear, I'll tee it up for you.
Yeah.
What is it about it that what makes it so funny to you? You're gonna tell me it's that dude. It's the guy, like
Dan Levy. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Levy.
He is amazing, and it's truly his show, right?
No,
He directs a lot of it. He writes a lot of it. He's amazing, but I will say, I don't know that I've ever met an entire cast.
Oh, okay.
Of quirky, strange characters that are all lovable in some way, right? And you start off because, I think you know the concept, right? Maybe. Do you know the concept? This has become a Schitt's Creek pitch for... Okay. Wait, I want to know what you think it is. Actually, go on.
Isn't it like some nonsense, like, they're like moved, they're like, their class has been moved down, like, they're like... They have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of money. Ha ha.
Right. Well, okay, so like they're really, really, really wealthy family.
You're being so patient with me. It's funny.
Eugene Levy, the dad, he owned a sort of blockbuster venture, right? So not quite blockbuster, but a video store. Mm-hmm. He started one. It blew up. They got a lot of money. So they're rich, stuck-up types. having no real depth to them, right? And they realized their money was not being spent how they thought it was, and there were problems there. And so they're like, oh, this. So they just lose everything. They lose everything except a joke town that the dad bought for, I believe, the son. I have to rewatch the beginning. I'll rewatch it with you, Mary. Called Schitt's Creek, which was a joke for like a birthday.
Okay.
But they were like, oh, okay, so I guess they don't own the town or anything. Okay, now I'm messing it up. Now it's been so long. Anyway, so they have to live in this roadside motel. Okay, so that's what they have nothing. They have to figure out life from the beginning now. And they don't have the luxuries they used to have. They have to get different jobs. They grow as humans, right? Because of course they do. Like, and every season they get better and better, and it's so good. But yeah, my favorite part, honestly, is the physical comedy between the brother and the sister more than anyone. They have the best expressions of all time. You've maybe seen some. I probably sent you some gifs, but it doesn't hit the same if you're not watching it. They're all such dirtbags and become more likable. It's very true. They just start out like dirtbags, Here we go. I love and appreciate the diversity that is represented so naturally. All the characters are likable but quirky, and their depth and true character is revealed throughout. Watch it. You, David. Yes. Okay. Stephanie said it better than I could. Don't listen to my pitch. Listen to hers. It's great.
All right.
It's fantastic.
Not going to watch it.
Yeah. Mary. After all that, we spent like 41 minutes.
No. I know.
All right. So what I got from the Barnes & Noble sale, I did pick up, I'm very excited that I found this, The Girl from the Other Side, Volume 2.
It's awesome.
This is the deluxe hardcover. Seven Seas put these out. They're beautiful. So pretty. These are 3-in-1s, so 3 volumes in one. The cover price on these it's bonkers, right? It's way too much. But 50% off, that's the right price. So
yeah, that's a great find.
Yeah, and I found the first one at a half price, so I'm already not paying nearly what
nice.
But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I need to read these soon. I read the first volume like years ago, and I liked it. So I was like, I'll get into this. But also just so pretty, just shiny and pretty, and you love it.
The first one that you bought, is that in its wrapper? You were able to see inside of it? I'm just curious because they are so expensive. I didn't know if there was like...
Yeah, I found it inside. You want me to open this? Do you want to see art?
You don't have to if you don't.
I'll open this.
Wow, you're really like
a rebel. Yeah. We got it. I plan to read these somewhat soon. I do have the first one open, but I mean, oh look, and even behind the little, look at this pie. It's so shiny. Love that. But now you can really see. Ooh, it's nice foil. Foily kind of stuff. The inside, beautiful, right?
Nice.
But yeah, I really like the art. It's very simple, but very nice.
I put the first volume on hold at the library.
Maybe we'll accidentally buddy read it together.
Love that.
That would be good. Yeah, these are even like textured. I don't know. They're really nice. So if you ever find them at a 50% off sale, totally get them.
Awesome.
Oh, here. Schitt's Creek equals Third Rock from the Sun, a fish out of water story. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Now that is the first thing that somebody has said to me that maybe broke through a little, because I really like Third Rock from the Sun.
I also really liked that show.
Yeah.
But that's exactly it. Because on one hand you got aliens, but kind of, right?
Yeah. They
feel like aliens in this environment that like they've never even experienced or seen before.
But they're not really aliens.
But you're like, I would like it better if they were aliens.
Just tell me they're aliens.
I love that. Mary, I was never interested in it, but I eventually gave in to Jess and Kristen's demands, and now I'm obsessed. Hayden, thank you. Thank you.
I respect Hayden, so...
And please, why are you grouping Jess in with me? Jess only finished it because I told him to. I'm just saying.
And I think Jess liked it because Patty likes it, right? Like, that made it easy. to watch
they did
together.
enjoy that together. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that, like, he kinda looks for shows like that, which is nice,
Yeah. Listen to Moira's accent and you'll think alien. It's so true. She has the funniest accent of all time. It's so
Mom?
good. Yeah, the mom.
Okay. See, I know a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
You're like,
people don't stop talking about it.
Mary?
Oh, look,
They'll stop they'll stop talking about it when you watch it.
my regional accent just came out a little
Yeah,
bit when
I
I get
liked it.
yelling. Yeah.
Where can we watch the show? You can watch it on Hulu. I'm just like not sponsored by Schitt's Creek, if only. The way Alexis danced during Schitt's Creek, she might be alien. If that's true, you'll never even know what that means, Mary.
I don't know how I'll go on with life not
I'll be
knowing.
sad.
I don't know.
One day, I hope you come on here and you're like, "Hey, guess what I watched?" And then I'll lose my mind. I'll scream. I'll cry.
Hey, listen, if I do, I will confess if I do that. But you have to admit, I listen to a lot of your recommendations, right? Book-wise. But
Well,
wait,
well.
but when we first became friends, I shared with you that I was really into true crime, and you're like, if you're into true crime, have you ever listened to this podcast, My Favorite Murder? I'm like, no, what's that? And then
Yeah.
it became like a huge part of my life. So I do listen to you. But this one is like the biggest struggle I have going on.
However, I will say you listened to me once, at least once, with a TV show.
Which one?
And you were like thanking me that I recommended it. That's She-Hulk. You recently went through She-Hulk.
I loved it. Loved it.
And I thought the whole time as I was like watching it and loving it, and I told you about it, but I never once said, Mary, you gotta watch this, because I was like, she's not gonna watch it.
She's not gonna watch this.
She's not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna tell her. She's not gonna do it.
I watched that, and I watched the Guardians Christmas special.
And how happy, that made me so happy, Mary. Don't you want to make me happy?
I do want to make you happy. I really do.
Just think about it then. I'm sorry, James. I already said that. I love a primetime episode of TheComicSlayer. Mary, hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Joe, do you
Glad
watch
to see
Schitt's
you.
Creek?
Do you, Joe? Do you watch Schitt's Creek? That's what we've been talking about for too long now. So, did you get more from Barnes & Noble?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
So this is from our friend Ezra Clayton Daniels. You know it. Upgrade Soul.
Yes.
And it's the collector edition.
Yeah.
Which collector.
I also own, and I think it's kind of ridiculous looking. But
it is a little bit.
But it's worth it.
Again, this is what I read digitally, and to have the physical book in my hands, it just makes me so happy.
So, who recommended that?
TheComicSlayer.
You know what's funny?
Also known as the Omnicat, aka Kristen.
I gotta tell you, I never am this person. I think you know that about me. But I gotta say, I pushed that book on a lot of people.
You did.
And I think a lot of people get the credit for pushing that book on other people, which is, I guess, is fine. But I'm just saying.
That's not right.
I'm just saying, I pushed it on every single person that everyone in the chat, I feel like, also knows on other channels. Pushed it on them all. Just saying. I started that train. And it's great.
Got a question on the cover, so.
Also,
Upgrade
Soul. I'm not claiming to have discovered Upgrade Soul. Of course not. I'm not ridiculous. I'm just saying, within our little friend space.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
I pushed that.
In our little circle, yeah.
I'm so happy that you liked it enough to get it too. What a great find. That's a great find.
I was shocked when I saw this.
That's awesome. I need to put up a banner of being right. You're right, William. I need to make my own.
We need to get the banner.
I have not seen it. Joe,
would you consider watching it, or are you like me and refuse?
Joe, please watch it. It's on Hulu. What is that on the cover? Well,
do you really know what's on the cover? I mean, I have a guess. Isn't it more symbolic than an actual thing? I can't remember.
It's technically both of those things. So it is quite symbolic with the story. 1904 comics, I'm guessing you haven't read Upgrade Soul. I don't know if you're interested. the way I push this book on everyone, unfortunately, is to just say, please don't read about it and just get it.
Don't
like
read
dive
about it.
in. Don't read about it because it will spoil, I think, too much. It is an intense story, but it's just so good. It's so good. It's so interesting. I have not read another book like it.
Oh, I think, okay. I don't want to ruin anything, but I think I just saw something that aligns with what you just said.
Yeah, like, yeah,
I got it.
yeah,
I got it.
yeah. Oh, to this Joe. Thank you. Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about Schitt's Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Joe, I'm trying to get Mary to watch Schitt's Creek. She refuses. Because she doesn't like joy, I guess. It's very strange. I don't understand.
Boo. Sorry.
1904 Comics. I'm not going to highlight that comment, but I will tell you that's not what it is.
No,
I
it's definitely
promise
not.
you.
No,
It's
it's
absolutely
definitely
not what it is. Promise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kristen, did you recommend Upgrade Soul to Maddie? Yes, because she recommended to me during a local library Zoom event. In any case, I loved it. 1,000%. I made Maddie read it. I brought that to fangirls when I read it, and I was like, please, everyone, read this right now. Please read it. I believe back in the Faria days, right? I was like,
hi. So, yeah.
Like, Faria, read this. Maddie, please read this. I made them read it. I'm glad she's pushing it on. I'm just saying, yes, I started that train. So, did you loved it? Okay, great. Glad you loved it too. Love
nice.
that. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Hardcover Hideout. How's it going?
Hello.
We are going through our Barnes and Noble hauls, though slowly because Mary has not seen Schitt's Creek.
I know. So I'm very
big
feisty.
Problem in my life.
I was like, it's been a long week. I got the bad book outlet order. I'm just like,
oh, I get it. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
Maddie even said the thing about going in blind. Yes, I told her to do that. So I think she's passing that on, which is good. Okay. Is it my turn? It's my turn.
It is. By the way, not to interrupt everyone, I wanted to be like Kristen, so I ordered a pair of headphones similar to hers. That's all. Just wanted to share. I hope everybody can hear me.
I love that. They sound great on my end, at least.
And it's just freaking me out because I can't hear myself. And
it is bad. Did your other ones, could you?
The other ones that hurt my ears, I could hear myself, yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so maybe it is just these. I thought it was just like anything, everyone.
I have a feeling, is it because these are maybe more like gamer headphones than like...
Yeah, because your other ones were smaller, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm like full of distractions tonight.
That's how I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, hey, Schitt's Creek. Batmanda says now he's trying to get me to read it. Batmanda, please read Upgrade Soul and like don't read anything about it. Just like go into blind. Okay. Upgrade Soul is a comic or prose type of. It's comic.
Yeah, it's a.
I was gonna say you want to show some art, but like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll try to find something that doesn't.
Yeah.
Give away anything.
I probably have that. Oh, I have it in the other room. It's like I know that's near me. That's not. It's not near me.
I'm so scared to show something that.
Yeah, it's hard to not spoil. It is interesting art.
I mean, before you even get into the story, that you see these two.
There you go. That's all you need, right?
Yeah.
It is truly about their journey, and it's so good. Just finished Scales and Scoundrels this week. Super fun read. I read, I think all of that's out with Maddie.
Are there? I have those on my shelf. Are they? I have 2 trades. I don't know. Is there more than that?
Do you have the thick trades or the thin trades?
The thin ones.
Okay, so there's more than that.
Okay.
So those came out via Image in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Image didn't finish them. So then TKO picked it up, put out some thicker trades.
Okay.
It's still ongoing. I don't know if they're going to continue it or not. But what I've read is it's really fun. I like the art a lot too. Your Patience Year for Upgrade Soul. Apparently, I think I saw a video where your dad reviewed it too. Absolutely made him read it 100%. I gave him that book. I upgraded mine. I upgraded my soul, and then I gave him the trade. I was like, you'll never buy trades. Here you go. I got Invincible on the brain right now. Finished volume 3 last night, and it was so good. Awesome. Love that. 2 thick trades by TKO. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think there were like 3 thin ones that came out with Image, and the 2 thick ones are like 2-in-1s, I think, from TKO. So they put out more. But you'll still get the gist of it, and you can always read them on Hoopla.
Nice.
Grandpa in a news tracksuit looks cool. It is cool. It is cool. I'd say there are like, what I can tell you about it. There are like, I'm like, well, you know what? I don't think I can. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna ruin it. I was gonna say something, but I can't do it.
Yeah, just trust us that it'll take you for a ride. It will make you think about your quality of life.
Oh, truly. Yes.
It will break your heart
mm-hmm.
and make you think about humanity. How's that for you?
Yeah.
How's that for being vague?
Absolutely. I think it's, I mean, there are parts of it that are like creepy and scary.
Yeah.
Yet it is truly, it's not a horror book. It is just a book about humanity. That is the best way to put it,
Yeah.
You not say anything makes me want to read it. Look, do you have access to Hoopla by any chance? Because it is on there, and then you have no commitment money-wise,
Exactly. Then you can do, what we did. We read it there first, and then if you like it that much, you just buy a physical copy.
Yep. So good. Okay, so Barnes and Noble. Just doing a total turn from the upgrade soul. I picked up A Cat's Tale, A Journey Through Feline History. This cover looks so ridiculous.
It looks like it looks so real. It looks like an.
I know, right?
Wow.
If you know anything about me, and if you're stumbling upon this and you don't, I enjoyed the cats. I like cat books. And this particular book just looked really fun. I mean, it's truly a journey through the history of felines. It looks...
Wait, go back. Was that some demonic cat?
Maybe. Yeah, it was.
Oh my, that's amazing.
Yeah, I just flipped through the covers and like even the little yarn balls at the top of these pages. I mean, like Redemption, the Enlightenment, and the Rise of the Modern Feline. Look at this cat.
Oh my god.
It just looked so silly. I had to have it. And then there are these like little historical like photos and stuff. I think I'm gonna have a blast with this one. I think it's very fun.
That's great.
So, and then there are just photos like these. Like, what's happening here?
Those are wonderful.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I love it. So I'll read that at some point. This wasn't the history section, I guess. It was probably in the pet section, but it says history on the back.
That cat's face on the cover is just like meow. I'm pissed.
Yeah, it's it was half off. I needed it.
It's awesome. That's a great find.
Thank you. Oh, that is a glorious cover. Thank you, Batmanda. I know, right? I'm GM late, but I finally tuned in time for the live and not the replay. Hey, thank you for being here. Glad you could join us.
Welcome.
We're just talking about Schitt's Creek. Mary hasn't watched it.
I was gonna say we've barely got. It's like an hour and we've barely done anything, so you haven't missed much.
It's true. We're going through our 50% off Barnes & Noble haul right now.
Yeah, it's
slowly.
Okay, this is yet another one of Kristen's people, I'll say.
Yeah?
I think I told you about this one, though.
Okay.
Jeff Lemire's Gideon Falls.
Did. Yes.
Of course, my cover isn't as cool as Kristen's, but we can't all be that cool. Oh, wait. This back is the cover of one of yours, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I haven't read this. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's Jeff Lemire. I mean, I don't think anybody is as big of a fan as Jeff Lemire as Kristen is, but I'm a definite fan. And I said fan. Boy, I'm all over the place.
Everyone loves it. Everyone's like, yes.
I haven't read anything of his that I didn't like, but I haven't read Plutona, so I can't jump in there. But I could be a real contrarian. So you and Jess hate that book so much, I might go into it and love it. Like
you know what's funny? This may be an interesting video that we could do together. I would like to, I'm just claiming it right now, I would like to revisit Plutona with you.
Okay.
And then we could really dive into like my thoughts on it. I haven't read it in years.
Okay.
So I am thinking it's one of those books where my memory of it got worse. Do you know what I mean?
I know, I understand.
We've done that where we'll like rate something in Goodreads.
Oh, yeah.
And even go back to be like, what did I rate that? I feel like I loved it.
Yeah.
And then we give it like 2 stars. And it's like, what happened between then and now to change my memory? I do remember what I didn't like about it, which was there's no real ending. And if you know anything about me, a lot of people are fine with that. I can't handle it.
You know, as I'm sitting here talking to you, now I'm doing one of those things. Did I read it? I mean, there's a real problem here, I think.
I do the same thing. Half the time I don't remember what I've read.
I'm going to look it up now because...
It's like me with Trash earlier. I was like, yeah, I liked it. And then I'm like, wait, did I read it?
You're like, who am I? Plutona.
Hayden says that cat came to kip butt and drink milk, and him's all out of milk.
Oh.
You know, that's funny. However, I do have to, just for anyone watching, cats can't actually drink milk. They're lactose intolerant. I just want to make that clear. PSA. Don't try to give your cat milk. Thank you. There is cat-specific formula. You can give them that.
Milk gives cats what we like to call in our household the cha-chas.
Absolutely. Did you read Upgrade Soul because it has a cat? Does it have a cat?
Hold on.
I don't remember a cat in this book. Actually. So
I was like, wait, is there a cat on the cover? No.
Yeah. And I read it completely blind too. I saw the cover on Hoopla and I was like, this looks weird. And then I just read it and I was like, what am I reading the whole time?
By the way, for those who'd like to know, I did not read Plutona.
Okay.
But I love that idea of us rereading it because it's on Hoopla, right?
Yeah. And also, I still have it.
Of course you do.
I still have it. It's right here.
I understand you keeping that though because it's just there.
Well, and Emmy Lennox signed it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Who does the art? Love the art. Love the art so much. Love Emmy's art. It is really nice art. And my friend Kyle got me this from San Diego Comic-Con one year when he went.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep that. But also it's a good prop. Primordial was one of his books I didn't like so much. I liked Primordial. It wasn't like one of my all-time favorites from him, but I liked it.
That was when he was the writer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I discover that the worst way possible my cat got diarrhea was not fun. Yeah, that's never a good thing. Amazon preview shows a cat and a bunny. Well,
really?
I don't remember the cat, so now I have to reread it because.
Hold on. A cat and a bunny?
I know. I'm also like, weird.
I mean, who are we to question? We don't even remember if we read something. So
I know. I guess it's just like that's the kind of book where that's not the things we're remembering for a reason. You know.
And we do read a lot, so it's impossible.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
Oh,
Barnes and Noble. You do. Yes. I have one more.
You have one more. Was it the second one?
Oh my god!
Well, you just showed the first, so you could throw it in this.
Well, here's the other one I got.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Who cares?
How great, though. You got them both.
No, it is really awesome.
It's the whole thing.
I'm being a punk, but...
No, I should leave. You're right, Steve.
To get both volumes for half off, I mean, awesome.
Yeah, totally.
And I think I texted you this too. I was like, I know I can read this on Hoopla, but it's Jeff Lemire and it's 50% off.
It's different, and that's a great deal. So yeah, you had to get those.
Yeah.
1904 Comics, I like the first half of Primordial, the end not so much. I get it, an end can make or break for people, for sure.
Yeah, I'm big on that. The ending. I can like turn on you really fast if the ending goes wrong.
Yeah, totally. So that was your end? Was that the last one you said?
Yep. No. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I picked up a prose book. There was one of these left. It was on one of those tables where it looked like there was probably a big stack.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, it's the last one. Is it? I don't know. It probably was for that sale because this place was picked over.
Yeah.
But I remembered seeing this online and wanting to read it. Never, ever getting back together. Yes, I'm sure it's from the Taylor Swift song. But On the cover, you see there's two women up here. There's a guy down here with like a rose. So I believe it's set in one of those like dating shows, except they're not going to fall for him. They're going to fall for each other. Guys.
Listen, it happens.
I know, and it sounds good. Yeah. So I heard good things about it. I grabbed it. 50% off.
I see that on Bookstagram a lot lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Is it white under here? Yeah. What? Oh, look, a little rose. We love that.
Let's see.
She's cute.
That's cute. Yeah, that's really cute.
Okay. So exciting. Gonna read that someday. Then I went to the kids section. So this was apparently the inspiration for Cats the Musical. I don't know how I feel about that, but I saw this cover. It's called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot.
Oh, you know what?
Do you know about this?
I've never had my mitts on it, but I always see that on Bookstagram.
Yeah.
Fox Used Books, the bookstore I talk to all the time. They always have used copies, and I always think, I wonder if Kristen has that.
I didn't even know about it, but I saw this from afar, and I was hunting down hardcovers, and I really like the art inside.
I didn't realize it was a kid's book.
Yeah, it's clearly just a picture book, but
it's so cute.
I really like the art, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to know what inspired this musical, right? I don't know. I don't know the story, you know.
Oh, I love that. Well, yeah, minus the freaking mice, but sorry.
Yeah. Really nice illustration throughout this. And of course, there's a cat with an eye patch, and I was like, okay, I have a one-eyed cat, so that makes me feel things.
Wow, that art, I love that art.
Yeah, it's really nice, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this little eye patch guy got me
so cute.
So, I'm going to read this picture book, and I'm excited about it.
That's a great find. I was, like, I honestly didn't even know what was inside. I just always saw the cover.
Yeah, and really cool art.
Yes.
Recently read Underwater Welder. Amazing book. It is so good. I've read that a few times. Definitely worth everyone buying and getting. You guys should do a prose rec video to help your boy out. Okay.
You got it.
Let's do that. That sounds great.
I love that someone's asking for prose recs.
I know. In fact, let's write it down, shall we? I say as I can't find a pen. Where do my pens go, Mary?
Did I just hear a ballpoint pen click?
You did. Okay, here's the thing.
Oh my God. What's happened to you?
Well, it's a special little zebra one, though. My dad got me this.
Ooh, I like it. Is that wood?
No.
Okay, now I can see.
I know. See, here's the thing, y'all. I'm a big fountain pen nerd. I've gotten Mary into it. Mary, that's another thing. I know technically you have your work friend who it's fine. That's another thing, though. I'm just saying.
Wow, look how dismissive you were of my friend Jeff at work. I know you have your work friend.
But I probably told you about pens first. It's fine. You never heard of them before until...
now I'm so far off the deep end with my fountain pens now, where I bought some cute notebooks at Barnes and Noble. It was like a 3-pack, and I bought them purposely to use at work because I was like, I'll have nice notebooks,
Mm-hmm.
And the paper in them is garbage. So,
oh my gosh, girl.
So I gave them to a friend at work. I was like, here, you want some notebooks? I'm like, I can't use them.
You'll never look at notebooks the same. Here's the thing. I have a fountain pen near me. There's no ink in it. So that doesn't help.
Don't listen to me. Help. I'm just,
I know. I'm smacking myself.
I thought it was me.
No, it's definitely me. I was like, I'm getting too excited about things. So, okay, I got that kids book. And then in this kids section also, I couldn't resist it. It's Barnes & Noble exclusive. Just this particular edition. It's a classic. And I just had to get it. And that's the complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh.
I have a weak spot for those editions. They're very nice.
They're beautiful with the gilded edges.
Wait until you look inside at the art. The art's...
Hold on. You're going to make me open this?
You're going to be very happy when you open that up. Watch, I'm going to be...
Do you have this one?
I don't have that one, so watch. There's no art in it.
Oh, I'm going to cry now. I do love the back, too. I mean, come on.
It's adorable.
I don't know if I can open this. Hey, I'm going to use this ballpoint pen. It's the only thing it's good for is to rip open the cellophane, right?
Listen, I didn't know it was like a fancy, dad gift.
I mean, I think they're imported. It's no big deal. Look, for a ballpoint pen, they're nice.
There are plenty of nice ballpoint pens.
I mean, are there, though?
There are.
There are some okay ones.
Let me tell you, some of these fountain pen sites you have me crawling all over, they also have ballpoint pen
It's
sections,
true.
and they're
If
expensive.
I know, I'm like, I would never. I've
Yes.
looked at those too, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
would never be like my dad. I'm just gonna throw this over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I've been playing with this thing. I throw it too. Look at
The
that.
moment of truth. Well,
Yeah.
one, I love the shininess on this edition, right? And of
Gorgeous.
course, gilded edges that are gold. Beautiful little kind of die cut here. Love that.
That.
Okay. Oh, we got a
Okay.
map inside already. Okay, love that. Love it so much. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's adorable. It's so cute. Oh, I love it. Look at how
See,
nice.
it's very nice.
I'm over here about to read Winnie the Pooh, y'all. Okay, you ready?
Story time.
It's story time. Oh, yeah, very nice edition. Love this. Love
Cool.
this. And of course, you know, childhood feelings is what you get from these.
Of course.
And it's beautiful. So emulsion journals are the biggest scam. I agree. They're so expensive. The paper's terrible for like every kind of ink. Batman does speaking the truth. I've only experienced that with them. I have no interest, especially like apparently they're the worst for fountain pens. Totally a scam. I'm with you.
Why are they so popular though?
People aren't using fountain pens in them.
I guess, right?
Well, and I think, you know, they gathered a lot of the book market, right? Because they're in every Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
So I think Barnes and Noble's pushing them. Look, I don't really know. I've not thought about it that much. That's just my theory right now. I need that Winnie the Pooh book. I already have a fancy edition with a slipcover. Ooh, but I need
Hayden.
Hayden, could you like send me your edition? I want to know. Not like physically. I'd like to see a link to your edition. Look at how, ooh. I just keep looking at it. I need to stop.
You just made Winnie the Pooh dance.
And there's a ribbon. I didn't even notice.
Beautiful.
You know I need a ribbon. It's a good spine, too. We love this spine.
That is so cute.
Awesome. Love it. Love it so much. Okay. Last video, you guys mentioned listening to one audiobook, I believe it was. So it made me want to read at least one prose book, but my goal is 6. That's a great goal. I love that. Yeah. So that's my Barnes & Noble haul. I did it. Wait, no, it's not. I lied. I forgot a book. Well, you remember that one? I was like, oh, I forgot it in the other room. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The last book I got, Reed actually found this on the shelf, and he's like, hey, do you need this? And I was like, yes. So that is Steven Universe. I almost said Steven the Universe. Okay, so guys, Reed's my husband, if you don't know. He's currently in Florida on a work trip, and he's never done a work trip, so it's interesting. But did you just mute yourself? Oh, no. I was like, you don't want to talk? It's fine.
No, or did you think my
I was just confused.
The dishwasher was beeping.
Oh, okay. I keep hitting my mic. I'm sorry, everyone. I hope that's not coming across. Just too excited. Reed makes the joke. He always says Steven the Universe. So I've accidentally said it a few times now. So Steven Universe, End of an Era. This was the last like art book, kind of compilation book they came out with. So there's like concept art throughout it, which is really neat. I think there's like commentary throughout it too for like the end stuff, which I still haven't actually watched the very end. I haven't watched Future. So I kind of need to get back to that. But for, again, 50% off for this nice hardcover, $35 list, I couldn't leave without it. It's like I need it. So very pretty too. Love the cover.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Steven Universe, but that looks lovely. That cover's awesome.
And I had the first one, so I was like, oh, they go together. They're the same size. Yeah. So that's what I got. Okay, that is actually the end of my haul for Barnes & Noble.
Well done.
Batmanda loves Steven Universe. Batmanda, we should be best friends, clearly. I mean, this is great. Okay, so where do we want to go next? Stuff we've read?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to talk about stuff we've read this year so far.
Yeah, it's not well, considering it's only the 5th, I think we both did pretty well.
I agree.
Right?
Do we want to go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay. I'll kick it off with the first thing I read, which was X Yakuza and Stray Kitten Volume 1. I mean, you guys, look at this little guy. So this angry looking man finds this little kitten on the side of the road. It's a rainy winter day. Kitten's in a box that says free to good home or whatever, but it's getting wet, it's cold, it's shaking, it's a sad little cat, and you feel for him. And this guy comes up on him and he looks all scary, right? And the kitten's like, "What's going on?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I can't believe this." And then grabs the kitten, and the kitten's like, "Oh, he's gonna kill me. Look at him. He's clearly part of crime. Like, it's not good." But of course, the guy takes him home and takes care of him. But it's really funny because you get the internal monologue of the cat the whole time being scared of him. Because he used to be in crime. But he is no longer. And now he just runs a pet cafe. Which full of dogs and cats that he's rescued. And his goal is to adopt them out. And it's really cute. I loved it. Of course I did. And
nice.
I knew I would, and I'm just glad I started the year with it. Look at this little guy. Come on now. Look at this guy.
That's cute.
It's a good time. Very fun.
Nice. I don't know where to start because one's going to be a super long conversation. One's nasty. I'll go with... Wait, hold on. I already lost my cover. All right. I read volume 11. Blood on the Tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ring light, can't see. Okay.
Yes.
I have one more volume, right? And I'm caught up to you, or I'm caught up with what's released, right?
Well, and I forgot they've actually released 12. I don't have 12 yet, so.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you do one more, you're beyond me.
Whoa.
Right now, we're even.
And by the way, you recommended this series to me.
I did.
I see.
Yeah, I did. I'm just, I got a pretty good track record. I'm just saying. They don't always land, but sometimes.
Well, when I talk about what I've read, the recommendations of yours and the one that wasn't was a dumpster fire. So.
Right.
I should learn my lesson. But anyway, Blood on the Tracks. We talk about this all the time. Mm-hmm. Volume 11. The story continues to be off the rails crazy. There are moments, I feel like I'm, pretty intelligent. There are moments I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Same. Yeah, same.
And I'll go back. And it's not like there's a lot of dialogue in this thing. And that's why that's why you can zip through them so quickly. Mm-hmm. But there's a bit of a twist in this one. Right?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So now I think everything I thought I knew is reversed. Is that a good way to say it? Sort of?
I'm not entirely... Well, we'll have to talk about it. We'll have to talk about it later, I think. Because not really... I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
I think.
So, bottom line, if you like horror...
or thrillers.
Thrillers. Do you want to be taken on a ride of what am I reading? I'm horrified. But honestly, the reason why I love these, when I'm reading these, I am totally escaping. Like I am not thinking about anything else. Because I can't turn the page fast enough. And
it's so true.
And it's sad when it's over. Even though I love that it's a fast read, I'm sad when it's over. Right? So.
Did you also feel, again, without spoiling things for anyone, it's so hard to talk. It's volume 11. It's hard to talk about it.
I know.
Did you feel like you're still getting twists and turns that you can't predict?
Exactly.
Because I felt like with that volume, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it was going to go here.
Yeah, I didn't even... That's the weird thing, though, because oh, now I'm hitting my mic. We're very excited to be here.
We're like, whoa.
For someone that I read a lot of thrillers, right? And a lot of I guess more thrillers than when it comes to prose books. I read a lot of thrillers. And somehow, there'll be moments when I'll read something and be like, oh, I wonder if they did it. But it's weird. My mind doesn't instantly try to figure out who done it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm kind of glad because I think my brain works that way when I read, because when I sit down to read, I really just want to, whether it be relax or escape or just have a good time. So I don't think too far ahead. But I don't like going back to what you said. I don't think there hasn't been really one moment that I like predicted something in 11 volumes.
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah. And again, I know it's like you mentioned, like it's kind of hard to talk about this manga without saying what it's about, and when you're up to volume 11, you're gonna spoil something.
Yeah.
And I feel like actually a lot of these shows that I've been doing with you, like I do not a great job saying what a book is about, but I'm like so afraid like of spoiling something.
Yeah, no, totally. I get it.
You know?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Especially with that one though. I think we both said kind of the same thing. It's one of those, if you like that sort of thing, if you like psychological thrillers, be aware there's a lot of triggers too. So look those up if you need to, because there's a lot. But if you're okay with all of that, it's such a ride. Yeah. It is such a ridiculous, out of control ride that just makes you want to read it more and more. Just,
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, when it does end, I don't know what volume it'll conclude on, but I would like to like read it straight through after that, and it'll be so fast, right? Yeah. And then you can really just see the whole picture,
right? That's
what I
think. Good idea.
Yeah, I think that would help with some of the too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the triggers too, they're not that they were necessarily triggers for me, but there are a couple volumes where I'm like, ew. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, there's some ew stuff.
There's definitely ew stuff. Like if you want to throw in one of your Schitt's Creek ew quotes, you can.
Ew, David. But I will also say, for me personally, I can't handle like pet deaths and things. And there is a consistent little like moment with a cat that has passed on the street that keeps triggering in this kid's memory. That's not giving away anything. It's just, keeps coming back. Keeps coming back. And I think for a reason, there's a reason. And it's not like grotesque, I'll tell you, right? I don't like to see it. I don't like it. But I'm able to handle it, I guess, because like there's a reason, and it's not all the time. But it keeps consistently coming back, But just heads up, if you can't even handle like one image of it, then maybe
I have a feeling that's going to be a symbolic thing, and if it's not, and they make it more gross, I'm going to be mad.
I don't think they're. Yeah, I don't, because we've seen it come back so much that I think there definitely has to be a reason. I think there is a deeper reason too, that this memory keeps popping up. But anyway, we don't have to talk about the story, but it's great. And I love flying through it. It just makes me feel also just like productive.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, oh great, I just read like 3 volumes of this. Awesome. Like,
I know I keep posting it on Bookstagram. People are probably like, all right, with like how many volumes? People probably can't wait for it to end, so I'll stop posting it.
No, I love it. I love seeing it. I missed this one. The art in the show is so lovely. Steven Universe. It's so true. Beautiful art in that show. I just started Black Hammer. Awesome. And only read Darling in the... Okay. I don't know the manga. Cool.
Darling in the Franxx.
I'll check that out. Black Hammer's awesome, though. Love Black Hammer. I had the first 2 volumes of Blood on the Tracks on the way from Right Stuff.
Yes.
Love that. Couldn't I find any links from because it's from 2000-ish, so I sent some photos. Okay, thanks, Hayden. Appreciate that. Spoil it. Volume 11. We're going to ruin it all. That'd be messed up. Okay, it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, I read Yokai Cats, Volume 1. This is the one with like the supernatural cats throughout it. It's in full color. 7 Seas put this out. So there's like just different cats with like weird little powers. So this guy doesn't have a face, but every time he smiles, you can like see a smile, which is like kind of cute.
He's like the reverse of Hello Kitty.
Yeah,
because she doesn't have a mouth, right?
Yeah, and at the beginning of every cat they introduce, they talk about the kind of where it comes from.
Cute.
Which is really cool. And so there's a lot of weird, interesting ones. Like this cat, it repeats what people say, mimicking their voices. Sometimes it also meows in its own voice. So this one just follows around its owner and like repeats things. So this one, let's see. There's some cats with masks, which is weird and interesting. This one's like kind of like a cloud. Just like fun little things, and then you get to see their lives and their little moments with their humans. And I really liked it. I think there's going to be more. Here's some more of them just on the cover flaps, which I really like a lot. And it was very fun. So, of course, this is my total jam. So I liked it a lot.
Nice. All right.
Uh-oh.
I finally finished Sweet Tooth.
Oh.
This is volume 3.
Nice.
Finally finished it. So with the 3 volumes, I started. Don't be afraid, Kristen.
I'm like,
no. I love the story.
like,
Oh, no. Like my overall rating. Actually, not that this is like difficult math. My overall rating was 4. I love the story. I love the characters. There were like so many things, and coming from me, this is a big compliment. But there was a lot of elements that reminded me of The Walking Dead. Just like basically like who do you trust? Who can you trust in a apocalyptic world? Like that kind of thing. But my ratings for them, I went 5, 4, 3. First volume 5, 4,
okay.
And I think that happened because the first volume I was just like so excited to finally dive into this, and you're meeting all the characters and but then as I kept reading, particularly the last volume, I felt like I liked the ending, and I won't ruin it for anybody. I liked the ending, and I liked the reasons why. Like, really talk about wrapping up something, right? There was one little thing that was like starting to bug me though, but I have to get the exact wording. Do you know what I'm going to say? Like, maybe
I'm thinking about it, but
maybe it's been a while since you've read it too.
It has. It's been a bit.
But now when you read it, you're going to laugh every time you read this.
Okay.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. So keep in mind, the story's wrapping up. You're finding out like where all the characters are in life, where they're heading, where they landed, where they're going. So they keep saying, this is a story of family. This is a story of peace. This is a story, and I won't go on and on. But it's like in so many panels. And I know I'm being nitpicky. This is an incredible story. I love the art. There were definitely, I was rooting for some people in this book. And you know who my favorite was?
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby's the best. Bobby's absolutely the best.
I was like, just like with The Walking Dead, if Daryl dies, if Bobby, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so, and I felt like, I don't mean to be sacrilegious, but I felt, there are two things. I felt like the middle sort of dragged, and then at the end, all of a sudden, things are wrapping up so fast. I just felt like it could have been edited a little bit. I'm not saying shorter, but maybe I just mean like, I don't know, maybe focus could have been shifted more on. I just felt like there's a part that, for me, it was dragging a bit.
I think these are fair critiques.
And then there's another, and this is just on me. Like, I get bored with like the, I'm going to describe this horribly, but like, when people talk about the wrath of hell and all that kind of stuff, I'm just like this. Like I get bored with that. Like, I don't buy into it. It doesn't scare me. And like, I don't know. So those elements, which are kind of throughout the book a lot for a specific reason, right?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
So whenever those came up, like, even though I understood why it was in there, I got a little bored with it.
I get that. Those are probably my least favorite parts about it.
Okay.
And I mean, it's one of my favorite stories. I love it. But yeah. I get what you're saying. Totally. Yeah.
And by the way, Bobby, he's Bobby's that guy with the teeth, the little dude with the teeth. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to comment on, I didn't talk about, there's some, whether you want to call them animals or hybrids, whatever you want to call them, there's a lot of like animal death, cruelty, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, yeah, you're living in a post-apocalyptic world with hybrid animal human people. Yeah.
Yeah. And even something happens to some dogs, like I was like, all right, like I get it, And again, it made me think of The Walking Dead. There's one episode, I don't know if you remember, where not Daryl's dog, but in the very early seasons where something happens where unfortunately they have to eat an animal, and it like rocked my world in the worst way too when that happened.
I hear you.
So.
Yeah, absolutely hear you.
But yeah, anyway, so I know maybe I just talked about the things that maybe say I didn't like, but I did really love the story. I'm so glad I finally read it. It's been sitting on my shelf forever. And I just borrowed from Hoopla the trade that you said I should read.
I was going to ask if you're going to read Sweet Tooth: The Return.
Yes.
Which makes me, well, let me get through these. Sweet Tooth, I love the ending so much. I found it an excellent way to the story that was told. Yeah.
Yep.
Way to end it. Yeah. Great read, and I thought the show was good. You gonna watch the show now?
I am gonna watch the show.
Oh, I thought it was so well done. I'll tell you what, this is a story of, you're gonna get that in the voiceover. However, I think the way it was done is not gonna be annoying. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Noir Wolf hot take: love Sweet Tooth, didn't love the Return sequel. It left me feeling like the story was somewhat unnecessary. I was happy with the original ending, which probably contributes. I have to say that is not a hot take. Not to correct you, it's just not. That's actually the very, very, very popular opinion, that most people think that. I actually really like the Return. That's my hot take. Not just because it's Lemire. Clearly, I didn't like Plutona. I enjoyed the Return for what it was. I think if you look at it, I'm just curious to what your thoughts are going to be, because I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, yes, you had an ending, but when you see what the Return is, you'll see that it makes sense. You'll see that it makes sense. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to ruin it for you. So I'm scared to read the Return. You should read it, because here's the thing: it doesn't like retcon that ending.
Okay.
You're not even dealing with.
Because I'm sitting there like, if it even.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
It's just like, it's not, I don't know how to say it without like ruining it, but the people who think it's going to mess up that ending, it's not. So I'd say check it out, read it. But yeah, a lot of people were like, hey, this is unnecessary. I enjoyed it. I was like, hey, I'm happy to see more of this world.
I will say the ending, again, don't get nervous, anybody. The ending, it's weird, even though I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it a lot, because I like endings that like really do something, right? And I love it when it's like the last page, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was very well done. Well, and so many people won't go there.
But that's a good point. Like, they just won't do it.
They won't get to that point.
But there's this other part of me that thinks like, oh my God, did you hear the
I heard it, and I was like, for a second, I was like, what's that in here?
Sidebar, everybody. If you're a Friends fan, I was totally Phoebe yesterday, taking down the fire alarms.
I love that you have it right there.
Changing batteries, carbon monoxide detector, the whole deal. It's the dishwasher that beeps. Sorry. It's maddening. It's driving me crazy. Anyway. I was going to say about the ending. There was a little piece of me that thought, if I could have the same ending, but it not be so blatant, like same thing happens, but like maybe I use my imagination more.
Sure.
I don't know.
I get that, but I appreciated that we were shown that, because so often
that's real, I guess.
You get the ambiguous ending, right? You don't actually get to see a true, here's how it ends kind of thing.
True.
I feel like with a lot of, especially with a lot of those post-apocalyptic kind of stories, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't realize it was unpopular. I thought it was just me. I picked it up in singles and heard it was selling well. It probably was. I just mean, the only opinions I've heard are people being like, this shouldn't exist. And I'm like, all right, I liked it. I don't know. I mean, that's fine, Noir Wolf. I mean, you do you. And I know so many people didn't want it to continue after that, but I like what he did with it. And he didn't do the typical what you could do after that ending. That's all I'm saying. I liked it. OMG, love the Friends reference. We love Friends here. It'd be even funnier if your fire alarm was completely broken like Phoebe's. I mean, you could have went there, just got the hammer and just
I was like, I voice memoed you yesterday, like deranged. I'm like, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, and I played, I was like, "Oh, I would be too." Absolutely. Like, because I kinda had that moment I was telling
Oh, yeah.
you just before, you know? We had a similar thing, and it was like, "We can't get it to stop. What's happening?" That's rough. We're still talking about what we read, right? Okay.
Yes.
I read The Clouds Above by Jordan Crane. This is a book that Reed picked up at a half price somewhere. Fantagraphics put this out. It's like a little square hardcover guy.
Nice.
And of course, there's a cat on the cover, so this appealed to me. But he read it like really quick one night, and I was like, "Wow, you read that so quick. I need a quick read." So also, I do love this art a lot. But it is about this boy and this cat, who's his like a little friend, and they, I think they're like he's late to class one day, and he doesn't like his teacher, so he's like, I'm just gonna like not go to class and walk up these random stairs that just were outside, and he goes up and up and up into the clouds, or the clouds above rather, and it just takes this kind of like magical journey, and this cloud becomes like sentient, and he just has this like big magical adventure up there with this cat, and I really liked it. I thought it was really interesting and cool, and here's like the sentient weird cloud thing that it becomes, and a storm happens, and the birds flying with him. It was just a really fun ride. I liked it a lot. Totally recommend this if you want a nice little quick read, and really like the art. I know Jordan Crane recently came out with something I've been seeing everywhere. I can't remember the title, but I want to read more from him for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is that one? I don't know why this came to my mind, but is that one you'll keep in your collection, you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think so. I liked it enough, and I know Reed really liked it. I think it's technically Reed's book, so.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah.
Nice. All right. My last one that I read in January. It was a stinker. It was a stinker for me, guys.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is by, sorry, Cassandra, but it's by Cassandra. I don't know if you say Kaw, Khaw. If Hayden's still here, I know he's like the horror person. So I'm sorry if this was like, if I'm just being a pain in the neck here. Nothing but blackened teeth. I mean, I gotta say, this cover is like
striking,
yeah. Spooky. I mean, look at her. Ooh.
It's like a novella, yeah.
Yeah,
which I love.
It's
love a horror novella, yeah.
Right. So here, okay. It's your typical haunted house kind of horror novella. Group of friends. They're there. I believe they're there for a wedding. That's why they're all together. But so much of this was them being like, "Oh, I hate you. You know, you slept with my boyfriend. Oh, you're a real biatch because, you know, you looked at me." It was like all their like arguing and like whether I wouldn't even call it sexual tension because sexual tension can at least be interesting, right? It was more like them all bickering and being like catty little bees to each other. And I use the bees for the men and the women in the story, but it's almost like, to me, it felt like it forgot that it was supposed to be like a horror novella. It was like too heavy on the bickering of who slept with who and when that happened and the jealousy. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it got to the point where like I really didn't remember. I think I messaged you. I was like, I don't really care if everybody gets wiped out by some nasty ass ghost in this and just gets like,
yeah.
I didn't, you know, this is a huge issue, not just for me, but I think anybody, like if you don't care about the characters, and I'm fine with like reading, you know, non-likable characters. Like I don't have to like everybody. But, like I couldn't sympathize with anyone. So even though this was a novella, it felt like it was like an 800-page, you know.
I hate that.
So that's that. But I do have to give kudos to the artist of this cover, though.
That's a good cover. What did you rate it on Goodreads? Because you rated it, right?
I think I gave it a 2. I know I said I wasn't going to do
I
that.
love that. I was going to say, I love that you gave it a 2 because I think I remembered it being low and I was like, good, confidently give it a 2. This is what it's about. We just like to, Goodreads is not about the authors, right? It's about the readers and just sharing what we think about things.
Right. Exactly. And that can go a lot of different ways, right?
Sure.
Like if somebody feels like, oh yeah, I typically like the books that Mary like. Typically, I have the same taste as Mary with fill in the blank style books, right? So like, I don't know. I think you develop patterns, right? Like you see what people like and don't like, and then if you're like debating on which book to read, and like this is in your hand, and like one of those Eric LaRocca books that you like, well, I'm going with the Eric's book.
Yeah, get it. Yep.
But again, sorry, Cassandra. I don't mean to be a punk, but it just wasn't for me. Not every book's going to be for everybody, right? Like,
I've checked that one out from the library and not read it. So it makes me not want to get it again. So, good job.
And
that's what it's about.
I really tried. I'm like, Mary, maybe if you borrowed the audiobook, maybe you could get more into it. Like I was really trying. I had at one point the book open and the audiobook playing. Nothing.
So even the ending didn't satisfy you?
No.
That's saying something. That's saying something.
It's a little rough when you're rooting for like them all to get annihilated.
Right. So I guess they didn't.
Unfortunately, no. There were some survivors. Sorry.
Bummer.
Spoiler.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Well, that's word heavy. I think that was in reference to this, which isn't. Is that the joke? Because it's not. It made me feel productive. I like that a lot.
Nice.
Kristen, was it Keeping Two by Yes, That's the One by Jordan Crane? I keep seeing that cover around. I plan to read it on Hoopla because it's on there. So now that I've read that especially, I like his style for sure. Have either of you read Why the Last Man, another series with a masterful ending? I have. Did you read that one? You haven't read that one. I read it several years ago, I want to say, and I remember liking the ending, but it's one of those, every time it's brought up now, I'm just like, I'm not sure that would hold up because of 2023. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
really?
there's certain aspects of it that I think that's probably not going to hold up now, but maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you saying something about the ending, like about it holding.
Yeah, I mean the ending in particular. I just mean the story as a whole.
Oh, okay.
With certain aspects of it. I think about that now because I read it, I think, many years ago now.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that would hold up to,
yeah.
Because all of the men are wiped out except one. That's the point of the story. I just think there are things, but maybe not. Maybe it's me. Also, I haven't read it now, so I just think back now and I'm just like, I don't know. I liked it at the time, though. I think Brian K. Vaughan is a great writer. So
nice.
The next thing I read, I'm not going to tell you anything about, but I'll tell you I read it. I did read Lovable Oaf by Ed Luce. Look at this cover. Come on now. This is Reed's book. And the reason I'm not going to tell you how I felt about it, if you're my friend on Goodreads, you know a rating that I gave it at least. But I'm going to talk about this in a future video with Reed, because if you've seen the video titled "My Husband Ruins My TBR," because he did, I'm reading 5 books that Reed is making me read this year, and I will be reviewing them on another video, including this one. I'll be telling you, reviewing is light. I'll tell you how I felt about it. But I did read this already, so there's that. I do love the cover, I'll tell you that much.
When I watched your video with Reed and he mentioned that book, I borrowed it on Hoopla, but I never got to it. So
well, we can talk about it later.
Okay.
I can tell you if you should or shouldn't.
I have a feeling I know what you thought.
Oh, thank you, James. There it
nice.
is. There it is. Somebody wants to copy paste that. That video has the best interactions. I know, right? People seem to like that. Petition for Brian K. Vaughan to come back to Buffy. He was in the best section of season 8, and Boom is a mess. It's so true. It's so true. It's true that Boom's a mess. It's true that Brian K. Vaughan did great on Buffy. Absolutely. Best arc. Yeah. If only. If only. They need to get some kind of writers in there. I can't can't. Can't with what they're doing. Anyway, we're not talking about that right now, though. What else did you read?
That's all I have.
Okay.
I'm working on the probably about 25-30% into the audiobook of Astrid Parker
Doesn't fail.
Doesn't Fail.
Yes. Love that. So some of the stuff I read is buried. So I told you when I started, I was like, these piles are not right. So I did read Monotone Blue, which I hauled recently. And this, this got me, I had store credit and I liked the cover. I will say it's oddly floppy for a manga, which I like that. Seven Seas also put this out, but what got me was, of course, Animal Boys in Love on the back.
I mean,
I like Beastars. This reminded me of Beastars, so I was like, okay, I'm interested. I believe I ended up. Did I give this 3? I want to say I gave this 3 stars. I don't know that I can recommend this to people, even though I gave it 3, which ultimately means I liked it. There's one thing that happens in this that I really didn't like. And I think the easiest way I can say it is it's borderline a problem, right? Like, and because they're animals, it makes everything kind of complicated with what happens. I know I'm being vague but I feel like it could be a little triggering for people.
Okay.
So FYI there. There are aspects I did really like about it. There are some I didn't. This is just 1 volume. I doubt I'll keep this in my collection. All
right.
If you are vaguely interested in just whatever I've said to you, you can get it from the library. That's what I think. I think this is a good library pick. I did like the art throughout it. There is a cat boy involved, right? Which I like because I like cats.
Cat boy.
So, but ultimately, I think this could have benefited from more volumes too, right?
Okay.
I don't think we got enough of these characters. But again, I still give it a 3. So there's stuff I liked about it. But that one thing I really didn't like about it, it does say older teens in the back, 15 plus. That makes sense. I don't know. So I had feelings. I don't know. But I probably won't keep this. There we go. That's how I feel. I also read this picture book in Blossom.
Aww. I remember you showing that and I was like crazy over the art.
I mean, that's what got me. I got this on Book Outlet for like $1.
Oh, and it arrived. Wow.
It arrived. There's a little bit of damage on the cover, but whatever. But yeah, this cat eating sushi on a bench with this dog reading got me immediately. And you have the cherry blossom tree, which is beautiful. Love the art. This is a channel where we read what we like to read. No judgment here. Just saying.
No judgment.
No judgment. But it was a really sweet story about this cat that goes to the park, to this bench to eat her sushi. And she sits down to eat her sushi, and this dog goes to the same bench to go read his book.
Oh my God.
And, I won't ruin it all for you, but just beautiful art throughout. I really love the illustrations here.
I do too.
Very, very nice. And I think, I know we don't want to order from Book Outlet, but if it's still $1 there, maybe worth your $1. I'm just saying. I did get this on sale, like a special sale, I think. So, but yeah, this art was worth it. I really liked it. I think I gave it a 4. I'll be keeping this. It was just a nice little lovely moment. And it really was. That's all it was. Just like a moment in time, right?
Yeah.
With beautiful art. It's very nice. I think you would have liked it too. So, yeah.
But by the way, we've often made declarations that we're never going to order from Book Outlet again. And then we do. So I'm fully aware of this.
That's fair. That's fair. She's being so nice to him and he's giving her books with tons of dialogue. That's exactly that video. So they are referencing the video. My husband is ruining my TBR where I'm being so nice to read. It's so true. I give him like books I think he'll like, and they're all short. And he's even rubbed it into me. He's like, I've already read like 4 of your books. I'm like, you gave me the longest books ever of all time to read.
Right. He gave you that
I
one
just
that one with the comic book nerds in it. What's that book?
yeah, the Elteenville Club.
Yes, there are so many words in that
There
book.
there are so many words. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you that soon. It's here. I'll show you. But anyway, I think that's all I've read so far in this year. But
That's great. It's
several
January
things.
5th. I mean,
Yeah, got some stuff. I feel productive. But speaking of productivity, we also wanted to talk about books we hope to get to this month. This is not a TBR. Let me make it
nope,
clear.
nope.
If anyone's familiar with what a TBR is, typically that is something on your to be read list that you're definitely going to read. Okay. We do not claim to definitely read any of these. These are just hopeful reads that we're thinking of right now that's like, hey, I would like to get to these. And I especially say that with a disclaimer of Mary and I'm going to speak for you too, Mary,
Okay.
because I know you. We're both mood readers.
Yeah.
And we ain't got the time to not be in the mood for something, okay?
Yeah.
And by that I mean sometimes I have to do that for shows I'm involved with, and it makes me upset. So, hit my mic again, I'm sorry. So my point is, we hope to get through these books. Will we? I don't know, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do our best. And right now, these feel right to me, and I think probably to you as well. So let's dive in.
And
Yeah.
with this stack of, I've heard it said like, I can't remember the exact phrasing, but people say they call it the stack of like possibilities.
Okay,
You
I love
know,
that. Yeah.
because I have two physical books here, but they're more to fill a category. You're gonna laugh. Doesn't mean I'm gonna read those specific
Okay.
two, but.
Yeah. And you'll notice I have too many, as always.
I have 6. How many do you have?
I didn't count.
Oh,
There's
no.
more than 6.
Okay, that's okay.
You know.
Um,
But you'll see why some of them I think will be quick. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have 8.
It's good. Stack of possibilities sounds so much nicer than stack of shame.
Stack of shame.
So true. It's so true. We don't want stacks of shame, although they feel like that right now. But yeah, let's make it hopeful. Let's make it stack of possibilities. Love them.
I feel like we should put one other clause in here. As we've learned, I don't know how many live streams ago it was. Like there was one we were like, "Oh yeah, and this month we're going to read all these." And then we did like 3 streams later. We just made up a new list and pretended like the old one didn't exist. So there's always the chance of that happening. So just to that I say sorry.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, do I want to even keep track of what I've decided on here, or just nah? I don't know.
I think nah, because reality is, if you think of it, great, but reality is we all just like to come on here and talk books, right?
We're just talking books. So, nobody's stack shaming around here. That's a great way to put it. Yes. Thank you for that. That's exactly it.
I saw something today. I forget. It may have been like on an Amazon Kindle ad, but they were talking about, I had never heard this phrase. I don't know if they made it up, but your book-sona, like your persona.
Oh,
I was like, oh, I like that phrase.
Okay. That's like that too.
Just sharing.
I like it.
Okay, so this is our stack of possibilities for the rest of the month. I guess that's what we're claiming. Okay.
Yeah.
So I went with the exception of one book that's like pretty new. I think I got it last week or the week before. Everything else is like stuff. I'm totally lying again, Kristen, because the other 2 are brand new. Just let me start.
I love catching you in a lie.
I just
and by that I mean you catch yourself. It's so funny. Yeah.
I just love that within my stack here. I have some stuff that's just been on my shelf for too long, and I really want to just start like reading what I own. I'm still going to be buying books, but let's try to read some of the stuff that's here, right?
Yeah.
I know you've read this, and it's a big one. It's The Fifth Beatle.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good one.
And, I have to read it. I know you read it. I'm a Beatles fan. I know you're somewhere in between, right?
No, I like the Beatles.
Okay. I think it's Reed that has some thought.
Reed has some thought, yeah.
Okay.
Reed has more thought. I mean, I'm not like in love, right? But yeah, I like, of course.
The art's pretty cool. I really even haven't like cracked this, although this one looks a little like caricature-ish.
Yeah, I really like the art throughout that.
Pretty cool.
It's different. I like the story. And I gotta tell you, I remember it being a pretty quick read. So
yeah. So this is the Brian Epstein story. Who put this out?
I don't remember.
Well, this received a lot of awards too. Or is this just the author they're talking about? Did this win an Eisner? Could that be?
It could be. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm like looking around for my copy. I'm like, I don't know. Where is it? And I put it somewhere.
No, it is. Winner of Will Eisner Comic Industry Award for Best Reality-Based Work.
Makes sense.
A ton of awards. Winner of 2 Harvey Awards, including Best Original Graphic Album. All right, I'm not going to read every award, but there's a lot. It's yeah, it's as if you could see, but it's this column. Anyway, so I'm going to actually read this. This is what I'm not lying about this one. I really am going to read this one.
Good.
And it might be the first one. Wow, look at this art.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like some of it looks just like paintings, you know.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Okay. But yeah, that's the might be my first my next read, I should say.
Okay, love that. I feel like I've mentioned this book on like every show to the point of the dust jacket's just laying here because I have it in my backpack because I take it to work every day as if I'm going to have time to read, and I never do. So don't know why I keep doing that. And that, of course, is Kisser Once for Me because I'm nearly in the middle of it, and I'm just like, I keep not touching it. I'm determined. I need to finish that. I mean, it's already past Christmas. It was a Christmas book, right? It's what am I doing?
But I have to finish it. I'm enjoying that you're holding up the dust.
It's just just a dust jacket. But did you finish this?
I did. I really, really liked it.
Okay, so I need to finish it.
Yeah,
for sure. I am reading it technically, even though I haven't touched it in like a week. No, here's the thing: I started reading this and then I got sick, so I think that really threw me off of it.
Yeah,
and I've continued to bring it to work, but again, haven't even had lunch breaks. So, well, I'm gonna do that to myself. Hopefully this weekend. I'm determined to jump back into this weekend.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll see. Oh boy. I don't want to hurt myself here.
Oh no.
I've held up this book on your channel before. This one's still in the wrapper.
Oh.
It's probably, when did this come out? I don't know when this came out. Someone will tell us when it came out. And that is, and we've talked about Brian K. Vaughan.
Oh. Yes, Private Eye.
Still in the wrapper. You've read this, right?
I did, yeah.
And what did you think of it?
I believe I liked it. Okay. I'm like, maybe I should consult it. No, I remember liking it. I didn't keep it in my collection, but I did like it.
I have to tell you, this is back when I was more of a willy-nilly book buyer. I have no idea what this is about. So maybe that'll be a good thing.
That's fair. Apparently, I read it in August 2021. I gave it 4 stars.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, I liked it. But again, it's one of those that it's also awkward to put on your shelf, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian K. Vaughan. I mean, and I remember it being a pretty quick read. So again, I think that's a good goal.
Check out this. She looks like she's straight from like a Junji Ito book. You see her?
Oh yeah. Yep. I see that.
I wonder what her deal is.
I love your ring light. Show it to me.
And by the way, I have a ring light not because I think I'm like special or something. Without it, you guys probably couldn't even see me because it gets so dark. I don't understand. I think maybe it's like the dishwasher and the lights are in cahoots together. But it gets so dark.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, next on my list, no one's going to be surprised. Like, actually, nobody. I'm thinking... What?
Is it a cat book?
Yeah, I love this. I actually will probably read this tonight. So I showed the Yokai Cats. This is by the same author and artist, The Evil Secret Society of Cats. I think I'm gonna read this tonight in bed before I sleep, and the art looks equally as cute. It's also in color, and I like the other one so much that I'm sure I like this. Look at this guy, love him already, right? So, there's an evil secret society, but look at them, they're too cute. How are they evil?
Yeah, I've been wanting you to read that one just based on the
Yeah,
title.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean the first page because I looked at it last night. You get introduced to the characters, and they all look so fun. So I mean, come on now. And
Nice.
there's a little dog that defends humans from the feline threat, apparently. And
Oh.
I'm like, what's the threat? Them being too cute? Is that what are we? I'm gonna find out. I'm excited.
Nice.
So this is on brand. I think it's fair to say I'm definitely gonna read this. I'm just saying. I'm gonna read this tonight. That's my plan.
All right. All right. All right. Should I do a little one of my category books?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk a little more prose. I decided in January I want to start a classic. Now that's a reasonable goal, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to finish it. So filling that spot doesn't mean this is the classic I'm going to read, but it's like might be one. And that's Nathaniel Hawthorne's House of the Seven Gables.
Ooh, it's shiny.
And it's one of those, I love these Reader's Digest editions.
Nice.
Because typically they are illustrated throughout.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they have I love stuff. What do you call these? You probably know because Reed knows these things, or maybe you just know. But like, what do you call like the little illustrations like that? Like just randomly? Are they called something special?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew.
I was gearing up. I have no idea.
As I love like just random like.
That's cool though. I like that too.
Yeah, like a little thing of flowers. Like try to find more illustrations. Oh, here's one. Another one. Oops.
That's very cool.
Sorry.
Is that a lengthy one? I can't tell.
Not really. It looks like
decent.
It's this.
Oh.
I bought this used, obviously. Somebody tore like this off of a cover to use as a book.
Oh. That's intense.
Secondhand Bride. I guess they didn't like that book.
Well, it doesn't sound as fun, does it?
What's NR? Not read, maybe. I don't know. But anyway,
it's funny.
I want to read a classic, and I just sort of pulled this one off the shelf as like a placeholder. Recently, I saw Sue's Book Nook, who we sometimes talk about on this channel, that she read this and she seemed to enjoy it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll try that one next. So we'll see. But I definitely want to get back into reading classics. Just test a different part of my brain. It's a lot of fun, and just makes me think of all the things I could have read when I was younger in high school and college and stuff and just didn't care. So now I care. So now I want to dive back in. So
love that.
Thanks.
Those cats and dogs movies would be so much fun as cutesy little spy comics. Why don't I know what movies these are? Do you know what Hayden's referencing?
The first thing that came to mind, I've never seen any, but I always say I want to watch those movies called they're called like Pets, or they're those like animated pets.
I don't know this.
Oh, but that's what came to mind. I don't know if I don't think that's the same thing, but
whatever it is, I bet it would be cutesy little cute spy comics. Yes. Also, Hayden, do I need to be watching cats and dog movies now? Probably. All right. So the next one, Reed actually got me this book for Christmas, and I wanted it. I told him I wanted it, but it has the most ridiculous Cat versus Dogs 2001 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? Ridiculous title, ridiculous cover, which means I had to have it. Oni Press puts this out. It is called Dirtbag Rapture. Dirtbag Rapture, and look at her. She don't care about anything. She's in the rapture, but she's a dirtbag. That's what I'm getting from this. Because on the back it says, she's stoned, she's selfish, she's all that stands between us and the end of the world. Come on now.
Listen.
It just sounds fun. That's all I'm saying. I like the art inside this too. It looks like a blast, and it looks like, she doesn't care about things. I love books about people not care about stuff, right? So,
Nice.
okay, so I'm gonna read more of this because I don't know much about it. I just kind of, it's like cover. I was like, yeah, this looks cool. You can give me that. Where do you go when you die? Kat, a stoner with a flexible moral code, can answer that. And the answer is not very far. Unfortunately for Kat's peace of mind, a near-death experience left her with the ability to see and hear ghosts, as well as take them into her mindscape so she can bring them to locations of their choosing, essentially playing transporter to the deceased. But when Kat discovers she's inadvertently played into a demonic plan to screw up the whole world, she is forced to take an active role in the battle between good and evil, and she's not thrilled about it.
First off, if you think I didn't notice that, even cats that don't cat books are your thing, right?
I didn't even notice that. I didn't
don't
even
have
notice
cats,
that.
the main character's name is Cat. I mean, come
I
on.
didn't even notice that. How great.
That
How
sounds
great.
fun. That definitely sounds fun. And I think Reed like the font of that. That's what drew him in.
It's a pretty good font. This cover's nice. It was a blind. I hadn't even read the back of it. I'm sorry I keep hitting that.
It's fine.
But it looks like ridiculous and different. And that's what I like in a book, right? Ridiculous and different. I'm not like a stoner or anything. I don't care about any of that. This just sounds fun. I don't know. It just sounds fun. So we'll see. Cats and Dogs with Sean Hayes as an evil genius cat, and Bette Midler is the evil villain in the cat. I love Sean Hayes. What do you mean? What is this? Why don't I know what? All right, Hayden, I'm writing it down. What is this? Cats?
Can I say something without running the risk of maybe you're going to come for me? It's interesting that Sean Hayes comes up because I almost feel like, I watched Will and Grace and I really enjoyed it. Right?
Okay. I was like, what are we doing here?
No, I have nothing bad to say about Will and Grace. That was my, that was my jam.
I'm with you.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize for what I'm about to say.
Oh no.
I
gotta get ready.
Just from the fan, I'm going back to Schitt's Creek. Just from the fans of Schitt's Creek, what they've presented to me, the memes that I've seen, the clips I've seen, whatever I've ingested, right? Is his name David? David's the guy.
Yeah.
I just feel that David's character, from what I've seen, has already been done. Like I don't, and so I guess I don't find him as funny. But who am I to say if I've never watched an episode?
But he hasn't been done.
He hasn't. Okay.
No,
I stand corrected. But to me, it's like,
I think you're picking up some stereotypes.
Okay.
And you're making maybe some assumptions. I'm just saying.
Well, I definitely am if I never watched the show.
Right.
I definitely am.
Right. So maybe you should. I don't know. Maybe
I remember Just Jack.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
He doesn't do Just Jack?
No.
Does he do Just David?
No.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
Well, Sean Hayes, he gets my round of applause because
I mean, I adore Sean Hayes. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Sorry, sidebar. I know. Why can't I just let it go?
Do you remember Jack's Subway Tush?
No.
When he had a whole jingle too. He's like, I thought of this, he thought of a pillow he could sit on. I don't know.
I don't remember it.
Maybe that wasn't what the name was, but that popped in my head. So, go ahead.
Oh, it's my turn.
I get it. You're not going to watch Schitt's Creek. Go on.
You hate me.
I'm never going to be over this, Mary.
I know. I'm sorry. All right. I won't go pro. I won't do two back-to-back pros. So my turn for the cat book. I've showed this. I have held this up before, but I'm going to read it this month, and that's Cat Gamer.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
So from what you've told me, I gather this cute little cat gets taken in by sort of a introvert who likes to just be home, play her games. She's never had a cat before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about how their relationship develops. And I used to have cats, but I do remember before I really knew what the heck to do with them. It's not like having a dog. They are very different. Personalities are different and everything. So, and you've talked up this manga so much that Oh, I like look at the art on the back too. It's so cute.
Super cute. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. There's 2 volumes out right now, and they were
Yeah.
both great.
So we'll see. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I won't start this tonight. I just looked at the time.
No, I get it. I forgot to have that Jeff Goldblum is in the first movie. Hate it?
Wow.
I'm gonna have to watch this. Why do I know about this?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
All right, yeah, we're really going on, aren't we? All right, so I'll try to be
It's
faster.
all right. No. Don't rush. Don't rush.
I got this from the library. This is called Thieves.
Hey, wait, who was recommending that to us on one of the lives that I did with you? Because I wrote it down and my library doesn't have it yet.
I can't remember. I grabbed this like a few weeks ago, I want to say. It was a cover pickup, and then of course I looked inside and I really liked the art.
Nice.
And then of course I looked at the back, and Alice Oseman, who did Heartstopper, Molly Knox Ostertag, who did The Girl from the Sea, and Tilly Walden all loved it. So I'm like, hi, that's like a dream trifecta for me. What do you mean? So I know I'm really gonna like it. I know Comics versus the World on Instagram, who has an awesome Instagram. He really liked this book too, and I think I commented on it, and I was like, hey, yeah, definitely gotta read that. And he was like, yeah, this is a Kristen book. I think that's what he said to me. So I was like, well, okay. So, but also it does seem like something I would just love. And this art is really, really nice. I like
Very
the color
cool.
work. I'm looking forward to it for sure. So hopefully soon.
Nice. Okay, this is a book that I purchased at Books A Million. And when I told you what it was, you're like, oh, I wish you, your reaction was that of, you read this. It wasn't your favorite.
Okay.
But you're so nice to me. You're like, oh, this is what I think you wanted to say.
Okay.
Mary, why didn't you talk to me before you bought that? Do you remember?
I don't remember this. Now I'm trying to be like, wait, what was this?
But you'll laugh though.
Okay.
It's still in the wrapper. Common theme here. That should be the name of one of the shows. It's still in the wrapper.
Yeah, it should be.
Remember
oh yeah, I remember that. yeah. Okay, wait. I need you to read it because you're gonna know why after you read it. It's gonna be great.
Oh no.
I'm gonna love this.
Spine's pretty cool.
Let's look at Goodreads. What did I rate this?
But I just really felt like if you could have really said what you wanted to, or maybe if we were having instead of a text message, like if we were like this or in person, you would have been like, oh man, I wish you would have talked to me first.
Okay, I read it in 2021.
No.
And I gave it 2 stars.
Oh no.
Yeah, can't wait for this. Maybe you'll love it. But I definitely remember one aspect of it where I was like,
no.
So I am looking forward to you reading that actually.
Wait, let's look at the back.
And it does look like something like I got it from the library and it looked like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this. No, I didn't love that.
All right, let's see. Urban legend Urban legend has it that a girl in goth. Okay. It's the first time I'm reading, apparently. Urban legend has it that a girl in gothic Lolita garb will sometimes appear at a local garage in the middle of the night, putting a question to passerby. Would you have a little sister? Do you feel like I'm reading in a different language? I swear to you, I'm reading the words on the back of this. Is this the problem with it?
It's already weird, right?
Would you have a little sister?
Listen.
Okay. To reply is to seal one's fate and meet with a diabolical death at the hands of none other than this twisted sister. And tonight, another man will fall prey to the horror. Okay. I don't know. The back just annoyed me a little bit.
Yes, I love this.
What would you have? Is it something like, would you happen to know the time? Would you have a little sister?
It doesn't, to me, that doesn't make sense either. I'm with you. And there were aspects of that book that didn't make sense. I feel like, I don't know. It's been 2 years, so maybe I'm remembering it poorly, but you're not been Serena. That's what the world is telling you.
Probably.
I don't know. I think you should read it because it'll be fun for you to review it.
I love reading stuff like this. Like,
yeah, for sure.
where either you could be like, "I told you so," or I'm opening it too. By the way.
Oh yes. Hayes says also the evil diabolical genius cat that Sean Hayes voices is called Mr. Tinkles. How have you never heard of this? I don't know. I feel like I don't know what this is. Thanks for telling me, Hayden. Also, I am remembering something. I lied. This is not the book that Comics versus the World was like, hey, it's a Kristen book. That was a different one recently. But I feel like I did comment on this. Anyway, follow them on Instagram. He's cool. But
oh yeah,
I just felt like I had to correct the record. I don't know.
I will say this is nice and floppy.
You know what? There's a positive.
I'm trying to find the positives.
Maybe that was that extra star I gave it, the flop factor.
I mean, for you to give something a 2, boy, something gross happened, didn't it?
You know, I had some feelings. I don't remember about something gross. It probably did, though.
What was the book I read, the manga I read, and I just like, I'm getting the F out of here. I am bailing on this. It was a zombie manga.
Oh, was it called Zombie? Or was it called something else?
Hour of the Zombie?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You were like, peace out.
Peace out. I will. Well, already I see like what seems like unnecessary lady parts, I'll say.
Yeah.
All right, just put it down.
Just so stoked for you to read that. All right. PTSD Radio, Volume 1.
Oh, nice.
This is also a weird horror manga that I picked up recently. The art looks cool. I read the back, but I don't want to know more. I'm just looking forward to more horror manga. We both like that a lot, so
yeah,
we'll see if this one's a 2 or not.
Wow.
But it sounds cool, right? So
yeah, I'm waiting on the library for that one too. So
accidental buddy read.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do that.
We call them accidental buddy reads because if you tell us we both have to read the same book, it won't happen. Although I am into the Plutona idea.
Okay, so we can make some of this happen. But typically, I was just going to say, I think anytime we've read something at the same time, it's been kind of an accident.
Right.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Okay, so my last prose, I bought this, I think right before Christmas. And I don't know, to some this might be boring, but this is like the most recent biography that I saw on Abraham Lincoln. And I'm sure John Meacham is a name most people know, big history writer. And it's funny, I've seen some people pan this book on BookTube. I think the spine's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And I've seen others say it's, very quote unquote readable. I don't know. I got it on sale, and every once in a while I like to pretend I'm going to learn something new outside of horror manga. So I want to give it a whirl. I mean, it always takes me longer to get through nonfiction because it just takes me longer to comprehend everything. But I'd like to start it. I think that's a good, like, at night, after work, relaxing read. Don't think too hard. Learned a couple things. So
totally.
Yeah.
That's fun. Love that.
Oh, and I wanted to show you, because we love all the art and the illustrations, but when you open this up, look at that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's super cool.
At some point, I'll get the direction of holding up books.
It's hard to. I still have trouble.
The problem is because of I know. Why is everything a story? If I don't sit close enough to my laptop, then I can't see as well. And I don't want to wear my readers the whole time.
Sure, I get you.
So when you sit back, it's easy to hold up books.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, StreamYard mirrors everything. So
exactly.
When I want to point at her, I have to point like the opposite direction of what I want to do, So
the back
makes it hard. It's nice. These are good in papers.
Right?
I like it.
So I figure even for people that aren't into, whether you're not into nonfiction, whether you're not into Abraham Lincoln, whether you're not into prose, well, show you the artwork.
There you go.
Right? Or
That's
the
what we all care about.
photographs. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. I have a Kickstarter that was, I think, sometime last year. And of course I had to kickstart it because there's a cat and there's an alien and it looked fun. It's Ash and Raimi, I think is how you say it. Finest Specimens.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, it looked really fun. I don't know. Do I know anything about it? No, I just know there's an alien and there's like a cat. 2 cats, I guess. And it looks really fun. So, of course, it's something I want to try out. I like the rest of the cover too. It's cool.
Cute.
So, yeah. Typical, right? Classic.
Listen, you love what you love.
I know.
So I can't get to the other books because they are under my stack. And there might be an avalanche, but I'm not going to kid myself. There's no way I'm going to read both volumes of Gideon Falls, but I want to start it in January.
Hey, that's a great goal.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to finish it. If I do, awesome. But who knows? Once I get involved in it, maybe I will want to read nothing else, right? So, but they're over there, and I already showed them anyway. Yeah.
Perfect. So. That's a cool cover. Yeah, this one I also think it's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of cool, oh no. Oh
no.
No.
Oh
no.
What happened?
Oh no.
It wasn't water, was it?
Oh no. It's just me. My stack falling. Hold on. We're good. Let me just. I put too much around here. Oh, here we go. This is fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Oh, it's not fine. No, it's fine. Okay. It's just very dramatic over here. We've been streaming too long. It's become that time. I think that's what it is. Space Trash. I also got this for Christmas. I told Rita I wanted it. Hey, it's blurred by Tilly Walden on the back too. So, and it's a nice, like, big oversized thing.
I was going to say, it looks so large.
It's pretty big and it's thin. And I really like the art. I saw this in some bookstore and I was like, come on now. These characters look so cool. It just looks super fun. The first volume in it of a new sci-fi girl gang adventure. Come on now.
I mean, everybody needs a good sci-fi girl gang adventure.
Yes. This is what Tilly Walden said. An expertly drawn sci-fi adventure that is just brimming with heart. Even though Earth has been left behind, the feelings in the story feel deeply of this world. Tilly?
I thought you were going to say otherworldly. Well.
Tilly got me, though. That's it. Oh, hey, Reed's here.
I was waiting for you to see that.
Wait, 2 minutes after. I didn't spill water. I have a closed container over here. Okay. Reed was like, you have to keep closed containers while I'm gone. Although I do have an open one right here.
Oh, no.
That's on the other side. No, just the stack almost fell, Reed. I just stacked too many things on top of too many things. Bad at stuff. Anyway, I'm going to read this, though.
I thought it was a spill, too, because you kind of made that noise.
Well, I thought they were all going to fall, and I was very sad. Yeah. But they didn't. I saved it. We're all good. It's fine.
Hey, Reed, since you just got here, 2 things.
Hey, she still hasn't watched Schitt's Creek. 1. Number 1.
And, 3 things. That's number 1. Number 2, I hope you're doing well. And number 3, I ordered 9 books from Book Outlet. I only received 4. 5 must have flown out of the box because there's tape all over.
You did that math too fast. I was going to be like, Reed, are you mathing this? That's like 5 she doesn't have.
5. Just wanted to tell you.
It's messed up. Okay. Hey, Noir Wolf says, nice choice, Mary. He loves John Meacham.
Thank you.
Love that. I need to go back to Gideon Falls and finish it. Absolutely. It's a good time. Is that Buzz Lightyear? This? What?
That's great.
I gave you 1 job. I'm sorry, Reed. Reed, are you like, hey, I was going to call you. I assume you're back from the performance. So sorry, I'm on air still. I like how I say on air. It's YouTube.
Well, it's live.
I think we both do it. Yeah, it's live. Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to read?
I got to tell you, I know my limitations, and what I just showed.
Well, I don't know mine. So.
Oh wait, when you finish yours, we can
Yeah.
play that game, and we don't have to stick to it if we don't want to. But we could pick like which one we would suggest you read first.
Love this. Love everything about this. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we'll do that. I do have some pros in here, which we're getting to. One of my goals of this year was to read some Stephen King, right? So this is a little guy. It's kind of beat up. I got this many, many years ago. Many, many. In fact, so many years ago that I still have a bookmark where I left off.
Oh,
this
wow.
is a short story collection that I remember really liking, but I got not quite halfway. Page 167. Do you want to see the bookmark in this?
Please.
So I didn't even know it was in there, and I grabbed it. I was like, "Oh, that's funny."
Can I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know why I picture that the cat hanging from the thing that says like, what is it? Do you remember that one?
Like the hang in there thing?
Hang in there, yeah.
I love this guess, but I will tell you.
But no.
I got this book back before I was a cat person.
When
can
was
we
this?
even with the time of my life?
You were like 8 months old?
I believe I was a teenager when I bought this.
Wow.
And I grew up with dogs, and I just,
right.
Never was a cat person until I got cats. So,
Okay.
but it's also not an animal. It is a person. Gosh, I keep doing it. Sorry.
It's really okay.
It is a person. My parents are awesome, and they used to print out, my dad in particular, would print out pictures of people I liked and go to like Office Depot and laminate them for bookmarks for me.
That's the best.
And I still have a lot of them. I wish I knew where some of them were. I think I have some scattered about, right? But this one's still my book. So it is Conan O'Brien.
Oh my God.
With the surfer in his hair.
That's like a great looking bookmark.
Yeah, and it's held up the test of time. It's really thick. It's nice. Kodak printed paper. It says.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is the bookmark for my Stephen King book where I got to. I recall one story in this collection, and I didn't even finish it. But I remember really, really liking that story. So I'm looking forward to going back, reading through that, and whatever else I read here, and actually finishing this because clearly it's been on my shelf too long.
Yeah.
And it fulfills two of my things I was hoping to do this year, which is read more Stephen King and read more short story collections. So
nice.
There we go.
I love that.
Thank you. 5 books, Mary. I was going to call you. Want me to do it and you can put me on air? I mean, if you want. If you want to. I don't know if people will be able to hear that, but I can try. I got the second volume of Getting Falls for Christmas, so I need to find time to go and read the whole series, maybe for April Lemire.
April Lemire. Oh,
I love that. We may have to cop that. That's cool. I like that. Live call-in show. Read, call if you want. Read, call in. All right. We'll see if we can hear you. I'm just telling Mary what I'm apparently going to read this month. Am I going to read all this? Love and Saffron. This is a Mary recommendation. It is quite thin. It's clearly written in its letters, right?
Epistolary.
Epistolary, yeah.
I love saying that. I feel smart.
Epistolary, yeah. I picked it up because you told me I needed to get it. It was during the half price dollar sale, so
it's gonna
I found it. I grabbed it so fast, girl. I was like, oh my gosh!
It's gonna give you a hug.
I love that. It's gonna
break your heart.
I love that.
That's all I'll say.
Okay. And it's not even. It's like 166 pages. That's as far as I got in this book.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It's weird. So I love that. I just got this prose book from the library.
By the way, I'm sorry. I'm totally.
Oh, Reed's calling. Should we?
Go ahead. I'll tell you why I was laughing once we.
Hold on.
Tell him he's live on air.
Hey. Am I on the air?
Yeah. Can you hear him?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Why do you sound like that?
What's wrong with you?
Because I'm exhausted.
What's wrong with you?
This is me.
Jeez. All right. Are you going to fall asleep soon?
What?
Are you gonna fall asleep soon?
I mean, I won't, but yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna speed through these and then I'll call you, okay?
Okay, hey, tell her, hi, Mary.
Hi, Reed.
She says hi.
Can she hear me?
Yeah.
Everyone can.
I can't hear her. Am I not
Everyone
on
can.
speaker?
Yeah, Reed, I have headphones on. You won't be able to hear her.
I thought you told me it was a live call-in show.
Oh, no, I don't have that technology.
Oh, that's sad. So did you knock over all your books?
Almost. Not quite.
Oh, I can't leave you alone.
I know, it's messed up.
All right. Well,
is he drunk?
Have fun.
No, he's just. She's asking if you're drunk.
I'm not drunk. No, I don't drink Mary Edge Life.
I know.
He said Edge Life. All right, I'll be off soon and I'll call you. Okay.
Okay, sounds tight.
All right, try to stay awake.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That's a sleepy boy. I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
Wow, he must have worked hard tonight. Okay. I'm sorry, you were saying something.
Oh no, I was just laughing because I love your ambitious pile of possibilities.
It's bad, right?
You're just like grabbing all the books.
Well, here's the thing. I finish something every day.
I know. You've been killing it.
That's why I'm like, I know you need to pick what I read first, but I'm probably going to try to read this tonight because I feel like, but no, maybe not. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Maybe I'll read 2 things tonight. It's very ambitious. It's late. Omnidog never get a call in on his shows. You only get this at the TheComicSlayer live show.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you, James. That's right. You only get the sleepy boy. All right. Got it from the library. At first I was like, I don't want to put any library books in here. I just want to read all my books that I own. But then I'm like, I got it from the library, right? I put it on hold and then I got it. I should read it. And it's a thriller. So it's a newer thriller. I think it came out recently. Secluded Cabin Sleep 6.
I like Lisa Unger.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you've read any of her because I wasn't sure.
You're going to say which ones have you read, and I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine.
That is, I have the audiobook favorited on Hoopla because I will get to it at some point.
Nice. Yeah, I just was like, I think I need a thriller. I think I need to start a thriller. I think I need to get in the habit, and this isn't going to happen, but maybe, of just having a thriller going.
Yeah.
Right? Because I do love them, and I don't read enough. So I want to always have a romance going and a thriller. This is my life. That I want this in my life, right? Both.
I love the
best
dust
of both
jacket.
worlds.
I love that you're holding up a dust jacket. Like I'm really enjoying it.
It's very dumb. I'm aware
because it's like flopping around and stuff.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway, so we'll see. I would like to start it.
Nice.
I'm glad that you like the author, though. I didn't know. I have to. It's too ambitious. I'm gonna keep going, though. I'm gonna keep going. I'm committed.
You have to, go through the whole. I have to see this all.
All right. So then I was like, in the event of love, Mary gifted this to me, of course, for Christmas. It looks very cute, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna finish this at some point, right? And I'll put it back in this dust jacket, and then I'm gonna need another romance to go. So, and it's winter. So
yeah, can't. You definitely can't read both of those at the same time either.
No, that'd get too confused.
Well, it'll be
nobody got time for that. Yeah.
No.
Speaking of read, I will show both of these together. I think. So Grace, the Jeff Buckley story. That this was one of the ones in the video that seemed actually most accessible to me. Really like the art, I like the color work, and I'm interested in the story. And it doesn't seem too horribly wordy for me. So I'm going to read that. Again, that's the My Husband Ruins My TBR video. Although if you've gotten this far, I feel like you've watched it, so thank you. Appreciate that. And of course, El Teenville Club, the one that I don't know how I'll ever finish this because what's happening here? It's so many words, okay? And I know that sounds stupid. We've talked about reading. I have a billion books in my stack to read, but
it's so many words and they're crammed into panels. Like
it's bonkers.
It's not like reading prose. Like it is.
It's hard.
I remember trying to read that book and I couldn't do it.
Look at this. What are we doing? I
don't know. That feels like a punishment.
It does, right? Reed, what are you doing to me? You still watching? Oh, I'm so sad. So we'll see if I get through that. I'm gonna really try. All right, I'm going through the rest of them. I'm getting there.
I love this.
Night of the Living Cat. Remember the cat balls?
Yeah, cat balls.
I put them too close. I'm sorry, everyone.
That was a little much.
I apologize. We've been on for 2.5 hours. I've become, sleepy, I guess. Now I'm the sleepy girl. I should have read this last year. I didn't. So I'm going to have to read this year. Okay.
Absolutely.
Stages of Rot. This is one I keep mentioning, I feel like. It is truly, there's 0 words. So just beautiful art. Okay, not 0. I just saw a little bit. Not many words is what I'll say. Okay.
That art looks amazing.
Really gorgeous art. Don't know what it's about. So it was a Kickstarter. I need to read
it. Please look in the comments.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, that's what you did to us.
I'm really sorry, everyone. It just happened. I apologize. As they win the stack. Oh gosh, I don't think I can add anything to it. But I want to read that. I really do. So we'll see. Can we get a final count of the TBR? I don't even know what's what anymore.
It's 54.
It's bad, is what it is. We're still going. A Frog in the Fall, and later on, I mentioned this one with the weird slipcase.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And seems short, and there's art. And there's art, is what I said. It's 2 hours 36 minutes. Okay.
And there's art, and there's binding.
There's art, there's binding. Yeah, it's like that flat, interesting binding. My point of there's art is there aren't many words. It's not El Teamville Club over here. You know what I'm saying? So I like that vibe of minimal words and also this interesting binding. So
that was a Kickstarter? No?
That was a Kickstarter with the Stages of Rot. Yeah, it's the same
okay.
artist, I believe.
Nice.
I believe. Am I wrong? No, same. Okay. And I have 2 more. If Reed's still watching, I feel like he fell asleep. I haven't seen in the chat. The Book of Leviathan. This is actually one that Reed picked up at a half price. And he was like, I guess he'd heard of it, but look, there's a cat and like a faceless boy or something.
That cat looks like he might bite that little boy's head.
Well, sorry. I hope not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I hope not. It looks interesting.
Okay.
I mean, look, All
right. I mean, I'm sorry. Look at his face there. He looks like he might bite him. I'm sorry.
Well, the face is gone, so it's already.
No, not his face. The cat's face.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I don't think that'll happen.
It looks interesting. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll see.
Maybe it's a horror.
Or will we? Will I ever read it? I don't know. Okay, my last one is one you mentioned earlier. That's Parasite, the color edition, volume 1. I haven't read it, and I also have it. And that's a P, so it's going to say Parasite.
Because they put that P there, that means I have to buy all the color volumes, right?
Oh, 1,000%.
And that's why they did it. That is why they did it.
I mean, I like this as a spine concept because
it's a concept, an actual concept.
Because it's a concept, right? Yeah. That's what,
totally.
Exactly. They put some thought into that, which I like. So, and like you said, full color, interesting art. You liked it, so I need to read it. Okay, that's my pile. That's it. I did it. None of them fell yet. It's great.
All right, my pick for you, I have 2.
Okay.
I like to keep it semi I'll let you choose. I mean, obviously, if you just name them all, don't worry, I won't pick that dreadful.
Oh gosh, I mean, Reed's already picked it, so.
I think you should either read the. I'm curious about that. What's it called? The one with the rot. The
Stages of Rot.
Stages of Rot, because that art looks just so cool to me.
Okay.
And or more on the fun side, that Night of the Living Meow. What is it? Night of the
I'll
Living
keep it back here so you guys don't feel like you've been violated. I apologize again.
Like you're like, this book, I'm gonna read this one.
You know what? I'm gonna bring both of these upstairs where my
Cool.
bed is. Okay. After this, here's my plan. I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna shower and then
Okay.
I'm gonna call Reed first, I guess, because he's gonna sleep any moment. He's probably asleep right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna read these. It's gonna be great. That's my plan.
I love it.
My problem now is I've been going on too long. I don't know what you held up.
That's okay. I can remind you.
Yeah.
I have Gideon Falls,
Mm-hmm.
Cat Gamer,
Oh, yep.
Ibitsu,
yeah.
This Girl,
Right?
the Two Pros, Classic, and the John Meacham, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Private Eye. Boy, I'm holding these up like a champ now.
You're so good at it.
Fifth Beetle.
Yeah. So many good choices. I'll give you 2 as well.
Okay.
So you can, not feel too closed in and you can pick one. I think I have to go with Cat Gamer and the creepy horror manga.
I knew you were gonna pick
that. You knew it.
Those are good choices.
Yeah.
I think I'll prioritize. You know what? I will probably. Well, this is gonna take me like no time to read.
No,
so maybe I'll start this one tonight.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I know I've said this before, but this cat reminds me of my cat Colvin.
Oh.
And just
Tuxedo.
Yeah. Kim always tells me, she's like, you favored that cat. Like at one point I had 3 cats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you favored him.
Oh.
That's not true.
You don't say that.
But he's my little boy.
Yeah. I also have this manga on the way with Blood on the Tracks. Wait, which one?
Wait, this one?
Wait.
This one?
That one?
I would love it if you do.
I hope so. I need to catch these lives more often. We love seeing you in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. And I think, it's 2 hours and 41 minutes. I think it's time. We're going to call it. We need to go read, clearly. We have too much to read. I'm drowning in books over here to the point where I'm not sure I'll get out. It's going to be bad.
Uh-oh.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's okay, Reed. He's asleep. He's not watching. But thank you, everybody, especially the people who stuck around. It's been so long. We appreciate you chatting. It's been really great. And, if you have any books that you think we need to be reading this month, maybe you shouldn't tell us, but definitely for the year, for sure.
Yeah, and also love to...
I got to do the same as Red. I can even read that. That's really funny. Thanks, William.
Great.
Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate it.
Thanks you
for watching.
Because you make you make these things fun to do because
absolutely
you guys
we'll definitely be back. We'll have to let you know if we've read anything by the time we come back for sure.
I promise by the time we come back, and I don't make promises willy-nilly. I promise I'll at least read this. How's that?
That's perfect. I love that. Is this every Thursday? We tend to just decide.
Yeah.
So we don't do it every Thursday, but if you follow either one of us on Instagram, I'm TheComicSlayer. She's MaryMsBookstagram. We do post about it in the stories. So we try to give some notice. I think I put it up a few hours before today. Usually it is the night before. We'll let you know when it is. So
yeah. We've been trying to do one like one a week ish. I mean, there was the holiday break and you were sick and stuff like that.
Right.
Typically.
But yeah, we'll let you know for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much again, everybody, for being here. Let us know later in the comments if you like what you're reading.
Yeah,
is
definitely.
your TBR stack as crazy as mine? Hopefully not. Okay, great. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.